and welcome everyone to the Injustice 2 online, the Pro Series online Latin America North, presented by PS4. My name is Dustin K. Man, what a debauchery of that. And I'm joined by Evan Hashimoto. Rip made me nervous, man. He was looking at me all funny.
He's like he's creeping at you off stream. No, but this. So for those of you who don't know, this is the online tournament. And for the Injustice Pro Series. Now, most of the Injustice Pro Series tournaments are offline majors. We've seen CEO, we've seen Combo Breaker, but there is an entire series of online tournaments too, where you can get points. They work exactly the same way as the majors. It's a different point layout for what you place, but each one is region
little less,
but it's still extremely important.
Still points, yeah.
In fact, last week we did see the North American West tournament where Rewind won. That put him up into, I believe, the top 8 placings, just from winning that alone. He hasn't shown up to any other IPS tournament. But if you guys want to check that out, you can go to smash.gg, go to the front page, check out the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournaments. They're all up there for you. Each one is region locked, so we've already been through North American West.
Correct.
We've been through now, today, we are seeing Latin America North. Thank you very much. And then there's plenty of others. There's still plenty of others if you're in any of the other regions. They are region locked. There's still North American East, and there's plenty for the Europe area.
Come grab those points.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Come grab those points.
Those IPS points, man, get you into those finals, which then, of course, seed into E-League.
Man, excited. I'm honestly, the fact that our game gets that opportunity is huge. It's absolutely huge. So if you want to be a part of that, you're going to be competing at all the offline majors. And again, like Chef said, you want to set up and do the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament edition. Big deal. Those points, I mean, even 1 point could potentially seed you into the finals. So.
Right, and on all the players that we have here today, we do have our top 8 for Latin American North. So let's check out this bracket in a few minutes maybe to get a chance to talk about these players who have qualified for our top 8. There are some players that we're familiar with from Mortal Kombat X and from other games, and there's some players that are completely new to me.
Which is exciting. That's honestly one of the most interesting assets of commentating on new players is you come in with fresh or actually no expectations. Right. You could potentially be surprised by someone who's just ridiculously good and just undiscovered.
And which we've seen from some of these players before. For instance, Young Chiquelo was an extremely good player in Mortal Kombat X. We got to see him a little bit in some of the Challenger Cups.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It was. He's a very impressive player. There are a lot of other players. For those who may not be quite as familiar with the Latin American players, there are a ton of really, really good players. Some of the best execution that I've ever seen for some reason. I don't know why that is for that area, but such super clean play, a bunch of great players playing a lot of characters that we don't usually see.
True.
Of course, we can always reference George Edward.
George Edward, one of the South American talents, if you will. But you're right, for some reason, they have some crazy execution artists down there. Like, I remember even ETC Chile doing, remember the old school MK9 combos?
Yeah.
With Cabal and Lao? Like, I mean, they're just really good down there, and I'm glad that they're finally getting an opportunity to shine on camera.
Yeah, McFly, Doctrine Dark,
exactly.
All those guys, yeah. But today we've got some players, like I said, we're not too familiar with. A lot of these players are from the Dominican Republic. So I believe we have 6 players today from the Dominican Republic. We've got a few others that are from some different areas. Now, I know Kiomal is from Barbados, and Brosif is from Puerto Rico, and I think everybody else is from the Dominican Republic. Yeah, it looks like. So it's going to be kind of a heavy presence for that one region. But we did see that actually on Hometown Heroes last time, where one person from the only person from that region won.
It was from the player from Dallas, which was Ominous.
Right.
He was the only lone survivor, and he took out everybody.
Which is also the same exact thing that we saw last week on the North American West tournament,
with
where the only Las Vegas player, Rewind, beating the entire...
So rude, too. And he did that mostly with Atrocitus. He was a little bit adamant as well. But dominant player, and now we get to finally see what's going on here with the Latin American North region, and I'm excited. I'm super excited.
You are super excited, my friend.
English is not helping me today.
Just take a break, man. Take a nap. Take a little bit. I can handle this, dude. I can handle this. Now, all right, but we're starting off right here. So Zeomal or Kiomal. Now I've seen him under both names. I managed to find some stuff on him from both of these. He is a Black Adam mainly, but he does have Supergirl in his pocket. He's from Barbados. And Brosif, he's the one on the right side. Obviously from Puerto Rico, you can see his name is Brosif PR, and he's really good. So there was just a really big tournament over in Puerto Rico. It was Gaming Revolution 2017. It's the same place that holds First Attack, I believe.
Okay.
And he just got 2nd place. It was really, really close. He ended up losing to a player who switched to Scarecrow, but he does.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I don't know if we'll see any of that today, but we saw him use mostly Atrocitus. So this is a match that we actually saw a lot last week too.
Unfortunate execution error. And so far, this match has been in control by Xiomo.
This is considered one of the toughest matchups for Atrocitus. Now, Atrocitus is considered really good, but we actually just saw a tier list, I think, about today or late last night from Coach Steve.
Okay.
Who is pretty much maining Atrocitus now. And he did put Black Adam as one of his 2 only losing matchups in his opinion.
That seems to be a very popular opinion from almost everyone that plays Atrocitus, the fact that he does lose to Black Adam.
Whoa! Awesome dive
So
kick.
that's a really weird but neat thing about Black Adam is he can actually whiff a jump 3 and he can actually dive kick right afterwards, after the whiff.
Yeah, and it lets you set up some weird situations like we just saw. Nice blocking. All he needs is some chip.
This, I really don't think he's worried at all. A down 3 of all buttons to choose. His most negative things.
Hey, man, just do it.
It worked.
It did, and a solid first game to Kiyomo. But, so let's talk about some of the reasons why this is considered a tougher matchup for Atrocitus. Now, Atrocitus, he's known for just bringing up Dexstar, putting up that shield, and just getting in. But
not so, it doesn't work as well against Adams. One of the main reasons is low lightning. Low lightning will completely trip guard him, especially if he's trying to dash up and close the distance. It doesn't really help him out. And if, you know, if Atrocitus jumps with the shield and he actually lands, he can land on Black Magic, which also takes the shield away.
Right, two separate projectile options that are completely
devoid.
They just don't interact with shield at all, literally. So that alone, it's pretty scary. You can also, of course, use lightning hands just to check him while the shield's up. So that means that even when Dexstar is out, there are still good ways for Black Adam to check the neutral, but this is always going to be a really tough situation.
All mistakes, though, drops the combo, giving Adam a chance, but still a huge life lead. And is he going to close it out? Oh, whiff grab!
Dunked him right on the head with the T-Rex.
A nice backdash to get away from forward 1-2. Closes it out with a down 1.
All right, so we just talked about why Black Adam does well against Atrocitus, but this right here is the spot where Atrocitus does super well against Black Adam. Black Adam, as we know, has no wake-ups at all, so he can just loop his pressure, his corner mix-ups completely free against Black Adam.
A very healthy damage, but not in the Adam variety. Usually we see him doing around 500 to 450 to 500, but off of a down 2, not going to get much. Even still coming in, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Lightning going right under that shield.
Oh, a nice little weird conversion right there. Got the damage over time at the end. Could have maybe got a little bit more of a conversion, but he's got such a life lead. And wow, look at all these up vomits. So much damage over time. He's just bleeding out.
And what a reverse of the first game they played. My goodness.
It is. Broseph totally took the momentum right there. Just literally never lit Kiyomo out of that left side corner.
Yeah, and that's the risk you take. Sure, Adam is fantastic. He's definitely one of the top characters, but if you get put in a situation where you're stuck in the corner and your defense isn't literally super on point, you're going to suffer. And all the damage in the world isn't going to help you when you're down a life bar and you're still stuck in the corner and you've been knocked down and you're in Mixed City. So that is Adam's biggest weakness. Which
it definitely is. I mean, he's obviously one of the best characters.
No,
in this
he is.
game.
There's no doubt about it. You cannot downplay it. He is. He's just that good.
You know, there's a bunch of people out there that they're saying like he's talking about Black Adam's weaknesses, down player. No, but
no, he is.
Everybody's got a weakness. Every single top tier in this entire game has some sort of weakness, except for Batman.
I like how you just casually threw that in there.
I had to whisper it so they didn't hear me. No, but he does have a lot of options to kind of cover that. So one thing that we talk about this a lot, but we just don't see it too much still is, so Black Adam gets to build a ton of meter. He doesn't need meter for a lot. No. And push block is one of the best tools in the entire game against Atrocitus and against Dexstar pressure. But we haven't seen it, I don't even think a single time from Kiyomo.
Yeah, so like you were saying, although he is weaker because he has, limited defensive options in that regard, the game almost supplied him the options that he didn't have between push block, meter burn rolling with the dash. Like, those options actually help him a lot in the department where he suffers the most, which is why he's still such a good character.
Right.
Also, the fact that he does, over 500 damage, bread and butter, very easily, that may help.
And of course, delayed wake up. Can't forget delayed wake up. But still, we're not seeing too many of these new defensive options from Kiyomo. And this is going to be a tough spot. This is where he lost the entire game last time. He's still got a good lead. Hopefully throws him in the corner. Good call. Oh, but puts himself in.
Yeah, and that's going to be a punish. Again, look, meterless damage, it would have been around 300 if not over, and that's so scary for a character that really gets it off of nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Both of these characters, as long as they have trait, get so much damage for no resource except for the trait.
Oh, and this is going to be huge damage.
Well,
and he drops, but it doesn't matter. He drops and he still does 517. And now a comeback potential coming for Broseph. He now has Dexstar out, has Black Adam stuck in the corner. This is exactly what he wants, and down goes the first life bar.
Yeah, and that was pretty much guaranteed chip. Now, again, we could have seen a push block, but I think he wanted to save his meter, and now he's going to be able to get a lot of damage here. This actually could kill if he doesn't drop it.
And he doesn't. So Kiyomo goes up 2-1 over Broseph.
Yeah, there were some opportunities there for a comeback, but I think Kiyomo's starting to see that Broseph isn't really watching for the jump out. A couple of times right there, he just straight jumped out of the corner.
Yeah, you're right.
Which it's a good option because Atrocitus doesn't actually have the best of anti-airs, so he really kind of has to read it, especially with that weird Black Adam jump arc where he jumps really high and then kind of short. So it's like it's right in that spot where it's hard to anti.
Well, another thing is he could actually technically cancel the jump into a close dive kick, right?
Right.
Which is another mix-up in itself. Is he going to cross me up with jump 2, which is actually a great cross-up tool, or is he just going to cancel into an early dive kick, hit me in the dome, and get 480 damage?
Or he could jump over and do like a raw far dive kick across the entire
and just get the hell out of there. Yeah, his options are there.
Fly
so,
away.
And that's another thing that we talk about. As far as this matchup specifically, is Adam can kind of do what he wants in the air for the most part. Except for when that shield's out, obviously.
Nice conversions. Could have got a little bit more off of that, I think, but still, it's really solid. I think maybe the reason he didn't go for more was he wasn't sure exactly when Dexstar was going to go away. His Dexstar went away right as soon as that combo ended.
Interesting choice to end that forward 1-2 after the trade cancel. Maybe he thought it was going to hit, I'm not sure.
Oh, and look at all this zoning. Taking back so much life just from Chip.
Also, half of Dexstar's time is now gone. He is going to get some use out of him, but...
And I think if he'd saved that a little bit longer, it might have been enough to chip, but the damage over time took a little bit longer. Still, manages to take that entire first bar with like 90% damage over time.
Only lifts the down 2. Now here's the damage, and down goes the life bar from Broseph.
So each of these statues in the back, I think, are like one of the 7 deadly sins, because that's like a whole connection through like the Rock Fraternity stuff. I feel that one on the left, I think, is Wrath. So I feel like Atrocitus should be getting some sort of power from that. It just works, right? Like it's his thing.
Well,
there could be a big statue of Atrocitus back there.
True, but Atrocitus, isn't he technically angry and Wrath?
Yeah, but that's
it still ties
like
in. I'm trying really hard to disagree with you.
Okay, that's fair. Try your hardest, buddy.
Again, that's the second time we've seen that, jumping himself in the corner, which is actually, normally it's something that we're actually both not a huge fan of, but it's worked twice, so more power to him.
That's true. Taking a lot of damage, taking a lot of meter from him right here. But still, Broseph has the lead, and he's just about to spot. If he can find one safe opportunity to summon Dexstar, then this could be a really tough situation to get out of. Great control tech.
I do really like how he's keeping everything safe. That was a huge punish opportunity missed. Oh, that was a good punish. That was actually a very good punish.
And this was actually a way smarter break than it seems like. Now, obviously, he can't get any sort of combo without trait off of the punches, but he would have meter burned the punches. It would have given him a hard enough knockdown that he would have been able to get out Dexstar for free, and he would have got free pressure, which he still ended up getting.
Unblockable. Wait a second, goes for the grab, whiffs. There was still too much hit deterioration.
Oh, another unblockable. Every interactable here is unblockable, pretty much. I think there might be one that's not. And now all we need is Chip from Zeomal.
Oh my goodness, so close, goes for the grab again.
If he didn't throw right there, he might have been able to kill. He had a bar.
Oh, and there comes Dexstar. It's going to be really tough, and this should do it. Oh, that was so sick.
Dexstar anti-air. Dexstar has anti-aired more times than Atrocitus in this matchup. That was beautiful anti-air by Dexstar.
That was ridiculous.
The cat's just chilling out there. He's like, you're going to jump on me? Nah. Cat anti-airs, baby. Oh, that was pretty good. I've never seen that happen. So the weird thing about that is, so he used the cat strike, right?
Which is plus.
Oh, is it?
On block, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, very
Well,
possible, yeah.
the string that ends in the cat
Okay,
is plus. Yeah.
So there's actually a move where he can just sends the
Well,
cat.
that's right,
Out,
that's
goes
right,
like,
he just
"Ah,"
sends
he's
the cat
like,
out, yeah.
Cat, go. And so it moves Dexstar forward on the screen.
Yeah.
And from wherever he's standing, that's where he actually shoots the projectile. So that's why I think
That's
Kyomo
why it
thought
looks
it was
so
safe
awkward,
to
yeah.
jump. But he actually jumped onto Dexstar. The projectile came from directly below him.
Yeah, out of
and
Dextar's.
Fighters approaching
Yeah,
Slaughter Swamp.
no, it's not.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, sure, dude, sure. Whatever you want to think, man.
Just say it.
You can have your weird fantasies about that.
It's not even true, man.
All right.
Relax.
All right. So we're not seeing oh, we are seeing a character switch. I was like, that looks like Black Adam to me, right?
Kind
But-
of. It's Super Adam.
Super Adam. And so it's another great top-tier character, kind of a similar play style as Black Adam, just as far as like high mobility, good normals, absolutely insane damage.
Yeah. Superman is like the all-around just can do everything character.
He's Superman.
Yeah. This is not going so super for him though, as he finally does find a grab in the corner, now reversing the situation. But oh my goodness, Broseph.
That is one of the hardest interactables to avoid in the entire game. Totally unblockable, covers a huge percentage of the screen, and it was smart by Broseph to know that that was literally all he needed to close out
That
life
string
bar.
is plus. Sorry, that's what I was
Yeah,
talking about.
there we go. Back 2-3-3. Oh, and he disappeared.
And he's just throwing everything. The one thing I will say that I really enjoy about Brosif's Atrocitus is that he doesn't really play that risky. If you notice, all his pressure has been safe pressure. He doesn't go for the mix off of 4-2-2.
You're right. A
2-3.
lot of the time he doesn't. He does like a lot of back 2-3s into just raw puddle.
Brett, yeah.
You're not puddle. Sorry, Brett. You're right. That's exactly what I meant. Oh.
I mean, he's been very safe, but right now the zoning from Superman he almost seems to be doing the trick for him.
All right, so there's a very weird interaction in this zoning game. Now, a lot of the time, most characters can punish Superman on the way down from a blocked air laser, especially characters that have moves that come from the ground,
Yeah.
like the puddle. But the puddle,
Atrocitus
in particular, for some reason,
cannot.
literally just cannot catch Superman out of the air.
Like, even as he's falling and the puddle's out, and it's like a
Right.
perfect trip guard, it still won't.
He falls right through the hitbox of the puddle, lands, and can block it immediately. It's a really weird interaction, and it makes the zoning game a lot more favorable for Superman than it would have been otherwise.
Absolutely.
I can feel your fury.
Bad idea to tick me off.
I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's
Yeah.
trying to make you angry.
It's such
It's
a
like
small
literally
little
his point.
symbol on Superman's chest with this gear on.
Oh, and this zoning is really good. This is still match point for both players. Gunning down to
Almost
the
had
last
it.
life here.
He still hasn't gone for a mix. I almost hope he would kind of do one last minute.
Oh, he punished the throw tech with the Dexstar ball. You don't get any combo off that, but it's still a little bit extra damage. It's very smart.
4-2-3 range, goes forward, cancels trait. Oh,
Oh,
and you
no!
can't. Trait goes through armor. This is getting very dangerous. Punch walk, no!
Oh, and he drops the combo.
And that's it! Just like that, Kiyomo with a last-minute switch to Superman is going to take it over Broseph in our first match here of the Latin American North region. What a set to start us off. What a set indeed.
It was really close, and I was actually really scared about that switch to Superman at the end because at the very
Yeah.
beginning, it looked like it wasn't working out for him. He was kind of just getting beat up a little bit more
Sure,
than maybe
yeah.
when he was using Black Adam, but then he realized, he's like, you know what, I've got air eye lasers. I've got the classic, and he's like, this is something that I may have seen in Injustice 1. I'm not going to guarantee it, but a lot of people saw those eye lasers in Injustice 1. He's like, you know what, I got to go back to my roots. I got to...
It just really sucks that Atrocitus can't deal with that. Like, he really can't from full screen.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few options. One of the main ones being if you can make a really good read, you can jump, he eye lasers, and then you do the air punch float.
Right, but even still, that you have to be somewhat
Yeah,
closer.
it's-
At full screen,
Right,
like, he
full screen,
literally
you're-
has no options. He has to just either duck and walk in, or he has to jump over the straight beam. So it's really awkward for Atrocitus, and honestly, I think Kiyomo in the end played it out really well. He stayed out when he needed to be out, and then he got in when he needed to go in.
Yeah, it was very smart and came down to the clutch. I think one of the biggest things was what we saw right there, the fact that he tried to meter burn back 3, and it was a great read, but he
Not
got
when
caught out of
traits
it.
up, yeah. He got thrown out of it.
Oh, that's rough. I mean, you're like, oh, I got the right read, but yeah, no, you got to wait for that Superman trait. So that means that Zioma is going to move on. I don't know if he's going to keep using Superman. I wonder.
I mean, we only saw one game of his Superman, but to be completely honest with you, I felt like his Superman looked good.
It did look good, especially when he decided to go more zoning play style.
Yeah.
It was smart. It worked out.
Because Adam, I mean, his zoning is definitely a strong tool for him. Like, it's good, but it's not quite as effective as Superman. Because when you jump, you can still technically get caught by Superman, right?
Right. I mean, it all depends on the matchup, of course, but
Fair.
it's back and forth still. It was a really good showing by Broseph. I really liked his Atrocitus. Maybe, I want to say maybe he could have taken some more risks, but overall his playstyle worked, and it really came down to the very last little bit. But so I tend to think that if you do play that super duper safe playstyle, sometimes in the very last game of a set, when you really need to pull something out, just do it once.
Well, that's what I was saying. I really wanted to
stupid
see
thing,
him at least once just go for the 4-2-2 mix-up. Like, why not?
He should have done something crazy, like just like 4-2 puddle, which is the unblockable.
Right, which is the unblockable, yeah, because you're so ready to expect at least the first overhead before it even gets to the second two, which is like where people are like, okay, now I should expect the mix. It's like, no, 4-2 puddle. Like, what the hell? And it works so much for whatever reason. It is kind of a semi-unblockable. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's I think it's just people trying to fuzzy it, or people just not being ready.
But they're not even close to being ready, right? Because, and you would think normally people at that distance would duck because of puddle anyways, but it looks like we've moved on. It's now Leatherface versus Refukes.
All right, so yeah, I'm actually not 100% sure how to pronounce that. I feel like there's a bunch of different ways that could be correct, so hopefully I do not offend you. But Refukes, he's a Black Adam mainly, but he also plays Harley Quinn. So a lot like we saw from Kiyomall last game. And both of these players are from the Dominican Republic. And I honestly don't know very much about Leatherface, but he's using Blue Beetle, which I think is one of the coolest characters.
Yeah,
in the
he's
entire
definitely,
game.
in my opinion, he's one of the most fun characters to play as well.
But he's cornered now. Nice! Actually, anti-airs with the skull.
So this matchup is, I feel, somewhat annoying. I don't think it's like, oh, what a down two! Goes with the restand. That sweep is so good because it is completely safe.
And that was already a really, really beautiful delayed wake-up. So Refukes got hit with the Rafu. I don't know. I really don't know how to say it.
Rafu. I don't think he's
Raph
French.
got hit with
Raph.
with two sweeps in a row, right? And then he delayed wake-up to avoid the overhead mix-up. So already we're starting to see, like I said, like you said earlier, there's all the systems in place in the game that make it so that Black Adam isn't quite as weak on wake-up as he would be normally.
Would be without it, yeah. There we go. Combo opportunity here. Going for the nice and easy stuff. Good damage, still 350. But the one thing specifically I think that's really good about this matchup in particular is the fact that Blue Beetle can stay in the air, which is where Adam is technically weakest, right? That's where he has the least amount of control.
Yeah, and just that downward angle has always been an issue for him. Anybody who can shoot any sort of projectile from the top corner of the screen down at him.
Nice little conversion, and that was so brutal.
You're slipping, brah.
I'll show you the wizard's power.
You slipping, brah?
You're slipping, bruh. That's like something you would say.
I would never say that. That is something you would say, my friend. I don't think I've said brah in my entire life. Brah. All right, so he's going to switch into trait mode. He's going to stop zoning. He wants to get those mix-ups. He knows he needs to do something crazy. And
Could have got the conversion.
Yeah, forward 1-2 would have done it. We saw Slayer do that at at CEO, I think it was, actually. All right, gets one mix-up, but not very good Oki off the back 4-3. Now he's going to have to avoid the trade. Literally sat on the lightning ball. Nothing he could do right there. He tried. That's a situation where it would have been really good for him to not be in trait, because at least he could have tried checking with some more projectiles and maybe hit him one time, getting rid of that trade. But he was close to the comeback. Of course, comebacks against Black Adam are some of the toughest things.
I wouldn't say he was close, but he was getting there, right?
Yeah. Well, Blue Beetle does have some pretty significant damage, especially if you do spend some meter on it.
Yeah, if you spend 2 bars, he does a lot of damage, canceling any one of his strings into a 4-3 a back 3. But aside from that, I mean, he does okay damage without meter, or with 1 bar. It's usually somewhere between like 35 and 3,900, maybe 400, which is respectable.
Yeah, not bad at all. And then, of course, that would have been one more mix-up away, or maybe just some zoning chip. Wow, back 2 in the lightning cage. That is some old school stuff right there.
Yeah, and he is not spending. He's just keeping that, sitting on that bar. Just kidding. Oh, again, doubt.
This is like some Injustice 1 Black Adam stuff.
I'm having flashbacks.
Dude, all these back 2s. Now, it is interesting, though, because I think that this came from the fact that he realized that Leatherface was not blocking very much or blocking, not blocking low very much.
Yeah.
No,
He's been tagged by a lot of low landings. You're right.
Yeah, and if you remember from the first game, that instant meter burn dive kick on his wake up, that didn't catch a wake up. It just caught him literally crouch blocking. So I think he may have, just realized that Leatherface isn't giving him that stand block respect that he needs to.
Nice block.
Ooh.
Cage is generally pretty minus.
I actually have no idea how minus Cage is because I've never seen anybody go for Cage. Like
Right.
just on block consistently like this. But hey, it's working out. This is a huge life lead.
You know,
Oh
my
so much lightning! Oh, he just gave up! Oh, he got
That's,
struck by lightning far too many times. It never strikes in the same place twice, but it will strike in the same place
I'm pretty
several
sure it
times in a
struck
row.
like it's more than once. So one thing I would really like to see Blue Beetle do is once he at least gets a knockdown or something, because there's been situations where he's somewhat had the time, just spam projectiles. It's actually really good. It builds a meter. Adam really can't do much about it, especially in the interval that they come at. It actually will tag him if he tries to trade with lightning or black magic. And we saw him do that for like a second in that match, and he actually locked down Adam, and then for some reason he just stopped and went in.
Right. Now, Blue Beetle is a character that has two different really heavy playstyles that you can switch between. Now, I think you do need to abuse both of these playstyles. One is, like you said, using projectiles a lot, just to build meter, just to control space, control the pace of the match. But every time he gets a hit, he does have really, really good Oki mix.
There we go. Oh, no, don't stop.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why is he stopping?
I don't know. He's respecting. He's trying to play foots. He's trying to play a mid-range, which Blue Beetle can do. But against Black Adam, that might not be your best bet. But
Tried it down too, and that's gonna hurt. Wait, whiff.
Oh,
Could have got a
not
bigger
the
punish.
best punish. Still a punish though, and that is going to just about even it up. He is throwing a few more projectiles this time, but he knows he can't trade right. Oh,
Nice. See, that was nice. He needs to check him more like that.
Just completely whips the
Nice
interactive.
block. He gets tagged. That's all right. Still much better in this set so far against Rafux than in past matches. Again, getting checked with that EX projectile in the air, and that's usually a mid. However, in the air, it is an overhead.
Oh, instant dive kick in the combo. I like that. Solid damage,
was
508. And I think that's the first meter burn back 3 or forward 3 that we've seen raw from Leatherface.
Yeah.
That's something that actually works really well as Blue Beetle. There are a lot of situations where people love to swing afterwards. And one in particular that I've seen a lot in this matchup is after Leatherface sweeps on block, we always see Rafux pressing buttons.
Oh, that is my favorite projectile in the game as a gadget character. I love that orb.
The little ice clone,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, that's that.
And that's going to do it. Wow, Rafux destroying Leatherface.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. There just wasn't enough. I think there wasn't enough abusing of Blue
The
Beetle's
tools that
really
Blue
big
Beetle
tools.
had, yeah.
Right. So the other thing that I was trying to say during that match was he also has really good Oki. He's got a lot of hard knockdown enders, and then you get to do like some crazy ambiguous cross-ups into float
Yeah,
mix-ups, into more cross-ups, or instant overheads, or just empty jump lows because he has a 9-frame low starter. So he's got a lot of really good Oki options, and of course, like we said, Black Adam not with the best wake-ups in the entire game.
Yeah.
So you really need to zone, control the pace, build the meter to make yourself safe, to be able to get the damage when you do get the knockdown. You get that knockdown, you go all in. You go crazy.
I agree.
You fly all over him.
Because like you said, he has such a good potential for mix-ups with his float, and that it gets really ambiguous. But fortunately, that's not what we saw, and it was going to be refused moving on, which means that our first couple matches are over, and we are going to go to our first break. But please do not go anywhere, because more Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament for the Latin American North region is going to continue right after this.
Welcome back to the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament for the Latin American North region, presented by PlayStation 4. I'm Rip, and I'm joined
by a Gatsby.
That's the one, the only. And of course, we are moving on to the loser side of the bracket. Exciting matches on the winner side earlier. Man, that first set was crazy.
Was great.
Right, we thought maybe he had a Black Adam and a Supergirl, and then he brought up the Superman. And
Superman.
Yeah, I like seeing Superman. But that was such a rough start from
Yeah,
that final
it was.
game. He lost almost the entire first life bar, and they made the comeback just with the zoning is like ridiculous stuff. So
Yeah, he completely changed up his play style, and he was able to, like you said, zone. And that's one of the weaknesses that Evan and I talked about is the fact that Puddle, even when he's coming down, Superman is coming down, it does
Right.
nothing. He just blocks it.
yeah, but I mean, he got away with a lot of zoning on the ground.
That's
even.
true,
You know,
that's
There
true.
was very few air lasers that he was getting away with. So pretty exciting match there. And then of course we saw the Blue Beetle come out, and
Which
that
was exciting.
until he got demolished.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a blowout.
Yeah, so Leatherface, you saw him on the bracket there just a second ago, getting 3-0'd by Raph, which sends him down to the loser bracket, waiting on the winner of Young Chicuelo versus DJ on 6, who is probably going to be the next match we have. But you see the winner final set up there, Kyomal versus Raph.
That should be a good match because it's
A couple of Black Adams.
well, it's going to be Adam versus Atrocity again, most likely. But I'm curious to see how Refux's Black Adam does against that. Or excuse me, no.
Black
It's going to
Adam,
be
Black
Black
Adam.
Adam versus most likely Superman, unless he likes the mirror.
He might. I mean, who knows? You never really know. You know, different players have
That's right,
different
Leatherface.
perspectives on that. And you see Broseph down there waiting for the winner of Grand
With his
Master and
atrocities.
Yorbox.
That's what I was talking about.
That's the
So
one, Broseph.
What I am also interested in is the fact that we know Young Chicuelo mostly he was a really good MKX player, but he mainly plays Deadshot in this game.
Right.
We have no clue who DJ
Yeah,
has
no-
been using, which is fun because it could be anybody.
I think I just heard Robin.
I think I heard Robin as well.
Oh man, we're gonna see Robin.
Did
Let's
you
go.
guys look? Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be. What is this?
That is not
Dr.
Deadshot.
Fate
That is
versus
most certainly
Robin.
not Deadshot. All right, Dr. Fate versus Robin. And wait, is DJ on 6 the Fate, and the Robin is Young Chicuelo?
This is all over the place. We've
This
been
is
thrown a curveball.
completely-
This is the
most
opposite of
extreme
what we thought.
curveballs, yes. So is this a button check? No, they're going in, right? Yeah, they're going in.
All right, and we're starting it off. So Young Chicuelo, yeah, he will actually be playing Dr. Fate, which I mean, I guess it's close to Deadshot. They both like the zone.
Yeah, sure, if you say so. You know. Giant Hunk, here we go.
So Robin's main tool of getting in is that overhead. It does lead into a low, and he can cancel that into big damage with meter. But that is also a really nice tool to use for full screen. Dr. Fate, he can use that string with it, and then what happens is the overhead actually comes out and teleports him to the character that he's fighting against.
As you showed, nice interactable usage here. And back to zoning, you know, he's actually got the lead back. He had such a rough start. Oh, he actually got clipped at the end.
Oh, what a jump back air to air.
Ridiculous. And oh my God, he tried to walk away from it like, no, please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Oh God, rough start.
Again, I love that string. Armored forward 3, and wow,
Magic's
early
no
clash.
substitute.
Yeah, super early clash here. I think he does have the meter lead though, just a little bit. Oh, or
Just-
significantly.
just
a little bit.
just a
4
little
whole
bit.
bars. You know?
And
Like I said, he was just going to use a little bit of
yeah,
it.
yeah, I
15%.
knew where you were going with that.
Oh, get off me, girl.
Jumping over and using that sword flip,
Yeah.
you're getting caught out.
And smart wake up there.
I'm the future of crime fighting.
Is he now?
I don't know.
You
we
look-
got Jason Todd now.
Well, Young Chicuelo sitting on full meter now.
Nice check.
Oh my goodness.
And this is where a lot of people kind of think that Robin struggles, is the fact that when he gets stuck in zoning, it's a struggle for him to get in, but once he does get in, it can be good. Goes for the restand, but that wake up is very invincible, and it also does push Fate slightly back.
And
it-
air, good to go. Yeah, and Young Chicuelo, you know, he used that clash so early. I wish he had saved it just for a little bit later
Yeah.
in the life.
Dr. Fate wins.
That's the thing, he had such a giant meter advantage, right? So there was
Right.
almost,
He almost never got to use it
yeah.
either.
I mean,
Couple opportunities.
he had 3 bars, and he just didn't really do anything with it, unfortunately. So, interested to see what kind of adjustments he makes. Wow, Young Chicuelo, though, pulling out Fate.
Maybe it'll be time to, you know, to bring out a Deadshot. Am I mixing up the characters? I'm forgetting
No,
the player name.
no, it is actually.
Right there we go.
It is Deadshot.
I got so confused. That curveball was, was extreme. But here we go. The Deadshot is coming out. We might see a nice zoning battle here. I think we can see some of those teleports.
Fighters approaching contact.
I haven't really seen this match, to be completely honest, so I'm trying to think. On paper, you would almost think that Deadshot has the faster projectile,
fast
but then
projectile.
again, I think Fates does more damage, so.
Yeah, but he's got to hit it. So as long as the trade's going to Deadshot.
But this is where the matchup is truly different. Deadshot's ability to be up close and mix is infinitely better than Fate's.
Oh yeah, he's just going to the back
And
ones all day.
he hasn't even done a combo. This is all
Oh
this
my
has
God,
all been
this
stagger
back one-
pressure.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Oh, nice read. Wow, starts off with nearly a perfect for the first life bar. Why didn't he start with Deadshot?
Maybe he wanted to be fancy with Robin. It didn't work, and neither did blocking that because projectile hurts. But here we go, blue bullets. Those will knock back.
Oh, man. There's so much patience required now from DJ on 6. Oh, man, the staggered pressure right back into overhead now.
So he has a low that leads into an overhead,
Back
or
one,
he
two.
just has a raw overhead.
Right, yeah, it's a great mix-up there.
And that, I mean, that's the most dangerous thing is it's not even that he does incredible damage with screen. It's just the fact that he can literally kill you by mixing you one hit at a time.
Yeah, see, these are the trades you're talking about. You know, trades can do a little bit more damage here. But, you know, with this kind of a life lead for young Chiquelo, he'll take all these trades all day because eventually Fate's going to go down.
And this is looking very rough. Yeah, absolutely.
Both players.
And that's going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, just like that. Young Chiquelo brings it back.
That full second life bar. He ties it up 1-1. Of course, all of these sets are first to 3. I mean, what's the odds that DJ on 6 has another character for us?
I would say pretty likely, honestly. I know a lot of people that main Fate, aside from Lord Peanut, who literally sticks to Fate almost exclusively, have a secondary that they have because there's a lot of people. Okay, well, there it is. But there's a lot of people that really enjoy playing Fate but feel that he's weaker in areas or that the game hasn't evolved enough for him to be truly effective. So
He was just kidding. It's just
oh, so he is
Fate.
he is
Still
going to Dr.
Yeah.
Fate. But yeah, generally most people that play Fate will have some sort of secondary, right? So in this case, it could have been Black Adam because literally everyone plays the character, but except for you. You actually don't play the character.
I have a super character of my own.
You have Superman, right?
Sure.
But most people have like a Pocket Atom because the character's so strong.
Right, and you know, it's very interesting for DJ on 6 to stick with the Fate in this pick, of course, because he lost so drastically in that first game. You know, but right here he's off to the early lead. So this can really help him here if he can get back to the zoning game. Because as we mentioned, you know, trading on the zoning is definitely working out in his favor.
Yeah, and what's really interesting too in this matchup is that both characters actually have a really solid wake up to check the other. Ankh coming from Dr. Fate, and then the knee coming from Deadshot.
Yeah, right here, Chiquelo should really be trading. Yeah, trade all day right now. You got the lead. Exactly.
Yeah, and so far much better for DJ on 6, and there it is, taking the life bar with a lead.
Yeah, whoever gets basically the first hits of the round can go to the zoning, but here comes the chip from Deadshot, and man, the trades, they're definitely working out. Nice teleport. He's
and there it is, knee wake up. So this is also the problem now, is that Deadshot has 3 bars of meter versus Fate's 1, and that's going to be pretty devastating if you can start getting that pressure off, especially with the low gun. There it is, starting, still has 2 more bars if he wants to spend it. Now he can stagger that. Nice backdash!
Oh man, this is going to be super close. Meter is about even. Chiquelo has 1 extra bar. Spends it.
And nice block, getting these trades where he can. That's going to get a knockdown for him. He's trying to dash
there
forward.
There's not going to be a clash here.
I know exactly what he's trying to do, but it's too late.
God. So much trouble that's going to do it.
So he tried to dash forward 3 times.
Right.
And unfortunately, he was getting clipped by low shots and stray shots. He was trying to meter bird roll forward.
Of course.
But he got checked. And he lost like a good 10-15%, which was pretty much where they were both at, and then the lead was given up, and then desperation set in.
And in a lot of these instances, when you're playing against a zoning heavy character, you have to take your approach. You cannot dash. You just got to take the walk and block, walk and block. But
for the most part,
the problem in that situation was he let his life bar get so low that he got super desperate, and he was forced to do the dashes. Really easy for Deadshot to read.
Didn't work out for him.
Of course not. Of course not. That's not the situation you want to leave yourself in. But sticking with Fate, looks like Fate is his character all the way through and through.
I respect that.
Final game
It is
potentially coming up.
Potentially, yes, for young Chiquelo. So the thing it's really awkward when you're a zoner and you are losing to zoning, right? So I think that's where the desperation set in too. He's like, what the hell? This guy's zoning, but I'm supposed to be zoning. Oh
man, got bumped back into his healing sphere though, but pushed right out of it too.
Really good blocks though. Back one staggers are so annoying to deal with.
Yeah, you know DJ is pissed right now. He's sitting there like, back one again, really?
Back one, then he goes for the raw overhead. Nice air-to-air, trying to get a combo, and he does. Good conversion.
Oh, right in the front. Oh, no, small drop in the corner combo.
And this is a very, very messy match between these 2 players, just brawling it out up close, but then...
Yeah, what happens when you put 2 zoners face-to-face? You know, that's what happens.
Okay, getting a little bit of a start, trying to dash forward.
Yeah, just individual shots now all day. Again, caught him dashing forward. You have to take your time with that approach.
Oh, he jumped.
Oh, God.
This is so dirty, and that's why Deadshot is actually really dangerous up close. A lot of people talk about his zoning, but his pressure in your face is just as devastatingly annoying.
And DG in all sorts of trouble now, forced to wager. Gonna get a little bit of health back, just 15%. 3 bars versus 2 in that clash. And oh man, the up close pressure again with the back one string. What are you gonna do about it, man? What are you gonna do? You're just gonna eat it all day. Here's the overheads. You want some overheads? Here's some blows. Oh, which one is it?
Ridiculous, and that is it. Young Chiquelo mixes his way to victory.
His brain is in a blender right now. He's like, is it low? Is it overhead? I don't know.
He's just imagine him just shaking. Oh, he's watching us.
Yeah, he was.
We're on phone.
I was like, what is that? Is that his mic? I thought for a second I thought he
Yeah,
lost
no,
his cool. And he's like going off.
He's like, this guy.
I was like, is he yelling in English right now? I can't even tell. That was us.
That's how you know South Americans are bad, right? They start yelling in English.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it is going to be Young Chiquelo moving forward. If, man, it's just rough because if On6 would have just blocked maybe one of those,
Just
and he
block?
could have.
You say that like
I
it's
know
so
it's
easy,
no,
right?
no. It's definitely difficult and annoying, but you can check him after that. If you block it, technically you can check him if he's going for another back one or
Right.
the overhead. So
I mean, the problem is, it's like a back 1-2 is the string, right?
you're afraid
So-
of the overhead
yeah,
coming
you're-
afterwards.
So
Yeah.
you're already starting to stand guard. It's like here's a back one, here's a one. It's like, all right, fine, I'm just going to commit to the low. Oh, here's the overhead, right? So it's a silly mind game, but it's a very effective mind game.
And then he lost in the zoning too. It's like there were moments, though, I will say, where he was able to get his zoning kind of working, but then he gave it up trying to go in. So
And that was exactly what we were just talking about, the back one followed by another back one because you're waiting for the overhead. And then just check it with the standing jab. I like it. And then there's the overheads. You're like, oh, you want to block the back ones? Here's the overheads.
he literally got mixed to death. Like he was just stuck in the perpetual blender of mix-ups. And I mean, that can happen, especially if you're not really familiar with playing Deadshot, right?
Yeah, and Young Chiquelo's mix-ups come in pairs. I don't even know. So it's like low, low, overhead, overhead,
Oh, that's
low,
actually-
low, overhead, overhead. It's a pattern. You got to pick up on your opponent's patterns. And if you guys are playing an online tournament specifically,
Oh, yeah.
you have the benefit of watching them play their matches. So, download as much information as you can. Maybe he's a pairs guy. Maybe he's a triplets guy. I don't know.
Maybe he likes to switch it up. So my question to you now is, how do you feel about the Superman Deadshot matchup, personally? Because you do play.
It's okay. I mean, it's difficult still. I think you still, like I mentioned before, you have to take your time approaching Deadshot. And once he's up close, it's still just as dangerous as it is. You still got to guess all correctly.
True.
But that 4-2, he's got to land it. But if you take your time, air dash over the projectiles correctly because
Yeah.
of his box jump, you can handle the matchup. I don't think it's terribly unbalanced. It's probably like 5-5, 4-5, and I wouldn't even know who has the advantage, to be honest. It's close.
I don't. That's actually one of the matchups that I personally haven't seen too much either, which is why I'm actually asking you, because I know
Yeah,
you obviously play Superman.
I think Deadshot is still very strong.
How many Deadshots have you run into, though?
Oh, there's plenty.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like Superman in general, his damage output, once he gets in, if he gets in, he can really convert.
Trumps, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
but
you are the best Superman.
personally speaking, I like Theo's a little bit too. I mean,
man.
shout outs to Theo, by the way, getting picked
Just
up
picked
by
up Echo Fox, man. Congratulations.
The
That is a
man.
huge pickup, not only for Theo, but honestly for Echo Fox. Theo is
course.
one of the gods of Injustice 1,
Right.
undeniably. He was dominant even before the Sonic Fox era, right? He was the one to beat, and he
And who
didn't
beat
get
Sonic
beat.
Fox, the CEO?
I think it was a player by the name of Tahio?
Theo.
Tahio?
Yeah.
Theo?
Echo Fox should pick up that guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, they did.
Oh, weird.
So it
Because
is
Sonic
Theo.
Fox is on their team, and then I see. I see
So,
what they did
man,
there. If
speaking
you
of
guys want
that,
to be picked up by Echo Fox, maybe beat
Sonic Fox, right?
And
So
you're in there.
that's a really interesting thing. That's a crazy dynamic to think of, right? Because one of the most dominant NRS players of all time, including in Injustice 1 and MKX, and starting off really well in Combo Breaker, is Sonic Fox, and now they've picked up the person who potentially would have the only real, kind of grain to stop him, and that's Theo.
I don't know about the only.
Well,
but,
no. There's
great-
other people, but I'm
a
saying
great-
Theo, out of the gates, right, coming out of retirement and
Yeah.
just not traveling at all, played in a couple online tournaments like War of the Gods, but that was the first time I think he's seen the light of day. Like, he's been locked away since Injustice 1. He comes out and out of the gate beat Sonic
That's
Fox.
my favorite thing. You know, for me, when I think about Theo, I think back to the old Wednesday Night Fights days, right? When
Yeah.
Injustice 1 was out, and he was just this new kid and playing in tournaments.
I remember
and I was
beating him.
I remember
Yeah,
I was
you
doing
were
the same thing, right? I was beating
We were
Superman
both
very
beating him. I
bad.
was like, man, we're so good.
And then like 2 weeks later, he came and he beat me, and I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, how did you learn to play so well so fast? You know.
So he started with Sinestro, right? I remember playing with him one of the first weeks, and I beat him the first week. And then, you know, Adam was so good back then, too, like he is now.
yeah.
But he's even better now, which is ridiculous. And,
Fighters
oh, you know what?
approaching
We'll get into that later. So
Yeah.
now we're going to go into another match. It looks like it's going to be Deadshot versus Batman.
I know you didn't recognize him by that outfit.
He was white.
wearing.
Honestly, I thought it was another Fate. I was like, wait, that looks like Fate.
And so here we go, your box with Deadshot and Galactic Luimo. Grandmaster, easier name.
Yes,
With
I was like,
Batman.
wait, where are you reading? Oh, that's right, Grandmaster. And so far, he seems to be the Grandmaster of putting Yorbox in the corner. Wakes up. And that actually
wait.
saved him.
Yeah, I was going to say, your box might have been paying attention to the last set. I think he might have picked up on some back one strats.
Wow, and this is looking dominant for Grandmaster.
Damn, he doesn't want his time wasted.
So this is really interesting as well as far as matchups go, because I feel like with the trait, Batman can actually kind of stuff or stop the momentum of the projectile pressure coming out of Deadshot. So I think the real place that Deadshot's going to shine in this is trying to mix them up, but then Batman is also so good up close.
Come on, great conversion here. Forces the clash here, your box.
Closer, but you're still missing.
That
Yeah,
face,
it's gross.
that's like my least favorite Batman mask.
It's like,
Oh,
it's like he's
man.
just clay, you know? It's like reanimated clay come to life.
It just looks wrong. Like, I can't explain why.
It's got no mouthpiece, you know?
No, it's literally like his face is plastic.
How does he breathe through that?
I don't know. What is that from? If someone on stream can hit me up on Twitter, hit up Rip, tell us what
Don't hit me up, hit up
series.
Godspeed.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to know what series that mask is from, or if that's just specifically gear for this, for Injustice 2. Because it looks so
It's
weird.
creepy, man. That is creepy. If I was a Batman main, I would probably rock that outfit the whole time, just because it would probably creep my opponents out.
The first time I experienced it was the gear color was the gray, blue, and yellow, and the face was yellow, and I was like, "What the hell is?" It threw me off. It was either yellow or blue, and it confused the hell out
Weird
of me.
yellow Catman. But okay, here we go. Oh, you got the same set, huh?
Approaching Metropolis.
Yeah, but I mean, we were talking about the mask, and just like that, Grandmaster blew up his
Your
opponent
box.
there. Yeah, your box.
Yeah, your box, you know, the Deadshot pick. He had a couple opportunities. He dropped the corner combo. He went for the meter
True.
back to you, but a great block by Grandmaster. So, you know, just not the greatest of single games for him. But here we go. Right back to the corner we go. Grandmaster with the corner control. Got the crate. He's got a little bats out. Here they come for pressure again.
EX, yeah, and he's disrespect. Honestly, I feel like Yorbox has disrespected a lot of the plus frames from Batman, and that's something you desperately don't want to actually do.
And he almost had that neutral jump. That was a nice attempt there. You know, the bat's
Block,
coming.
cross up. Yeah, he's been very consistent on actually landing those cross ups, which is a sign to Grandmaster not to stop doing them. Not that you would as Batman anyways, but I mean,
Oh my God.
all of these jump-ins have just been working in
What's that?
Grandmaster.
You have an anti-air. We're down two. Good luck. I have a jumping too.
Yeah, these cross ups are literally destroying Yorbox. He looks lost, if I'm honest.
Oh, he's trying to force his way in here right now. He's got the back one pressure.
Okay, now just down ones though, and that is. Oh, he's going for unclashable.
Yep.
I mean, does it?
Oh my God!
Does
After
it-
all the unclashables, he sent down one.
He
trade
did
and got
3
clashed.
forward threes in a row, and then he's like, "Screw it, I'm just gonna send trait."
Man, if your box wins now, though, what a critical mistake that would have been.
I would be very impressed.
Not gonna happen. 2-0 Grandmaster up in the set.
Batman wins.
And this all, I really don't want to be that disrespectful. It looks like honestly like a training mode, like he's just practicing combos.
I mean, he's on fire right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you're in your box's position? What would you recommend?
It's really.
What would you try to do
I
differently?
honestly don't know what to say, because if I'm in a situation like that where I don't know a matchup and I have one game to figure out, especially when it's Batman, right? A character that just smothers you and mixes you in ways that if you're not familiar or comfortable with it, there's really not a lot you can do. Like, you can try to zone and stay out more, but
Sure.
eventually he's going to get in, right?
Right. And that's where he definitely is having the most trouble. You know, a couple times he tried to stop the jump in with down two. This time he gets the air there. He gets the first bar here.
Right. But then the other issue is that he stays in, right? He gets the air there. He had the opportunity to back off and try to get some sort of zone play in there, but he's just going back in. So, like, here's an opportunity, but then he drops the combo.
Oh, man, here we go. He's got some pressure starting now, but look out. There's the down jab from Grandmaster.
Good
Traits
blocks.
that down. Yep.
But then gets tagged by the jump in.
Oh, nice air escape.
Okay. Finally blocks the crossover, but then he gets hit by the string.
Oh, he's got a random down two that got in there. Oh, nice neutral jump. Oh, that was in the front.
That was ambiguous.
Wow, that's how we wanted to jump in three.
That one I don't blame Roblox because that was really awkward to block. Okay.
Oh,
doesn't
no.
he get? There's a lot of really good optimal combos from that distance too, and unfortunately he doesn't get it.
Now he's got to. This is the best game so far for Yorbox. He may be able to turn things around a little bit. Oh,
Okay.
meter burn back 3 or 4-3. Let's go.
All right.
He's got a life bar. That's the first
Yeah.
one he's gotten. And look at this. We're all tied up. Final life bar. This is the set point for Grandmaster now.
Okay, going for unclashable damage a little early though, as both characters have 3 bars. I wonder if it would have been better. I mean, either way, at this point it doesn't really matter. But
And both tied on meter here. And oh my gosh, he decided to take some damage from it. He wanted to save the meter for that wake up, I guess.
actually, we haven't even really seen any zoning from Batman because he hasn't needed to.
Okay, nice stagger pressure into the grab. I like it. He's got another bar to use. Will he spend it right away?
Okay.
Oh,
I really like the patience. I love the attempt.
wow, and he had meter even though he didn't have clash. Air escapes out last chance here, but that may do it.
And misses the crossover. Wait a second.
Wait, he's still in there.
I really want to say he has a chance.
How did he block? Oh my god, this game.
Oh, and that is it. So, although Yorbox did get kind of destroyed in the first 2 games, he actually brought it back pretty impressively in the end. Dropped a few things, looked a little shaky, but he was able to take a life bar and actually then some, and it looked a lot more competitive in the
Yeah,
end.
I think like first to 10, I think he could have got some.
Yeah,
But first
no,
to 3,
definitely.
a little rough.
Again, dude, it's so rough. Against Batman, a character that literally just wants to smother you. He has the trait in the bats, which is one of the best traits of the game. I mean, it gives him, like, instant pressure, right? And Batman pressure is really good. A lot of plus frames, even without spending meter on his batarangs, up or mid. It's a very suffocating offense to deal with.
And here we go. This is the end of the final game. They had the clash there, and for some reason he decided not to wager his meter, ended up losing 25% of his health because of it.
Yeah.
And then immediately spends meter on that wake-up attack, which kind of paid off for him a little bit, but really not in terms of life.
If anything, it may have been better right here for him to actually spend all 3.
Of course, you would have had the life bar.
Yeah, I
even
agree with
still.
you.
So, interesting choice on the clash that may have really cost him. And then again, using the meter on the rifle, trying to get something started, but unfortunately not going to happen. No clash here. He had this one air escape right there.
That was really nice,
clutch.
though, because if he would have come back off of that, that would have been super hype.
Of course. And, that's the thing that's cool about the air escapes, right? Like, even though you use your clash, you still have that possible escape by saving your meter.
There's times, too, where like, even I'm playing or I'm watching someone else play, or just in casuals where you see someone use it really effectively, and you're like, holy shit, I forgot that's there.
Right.
So I like that tool the most. Out of all the new things, and then I really got to say, I can't wait to start seeing people use that meter burn roll, especially with the tools that certain characters have. I think it'd be really annoying. For instance, like Robin with his red trait, the exploding one, or the blue trait.
Yeah.
Like you could meter burn roll as you send it out. Like there's really cool mix-up options in there too.
I just wish that they would make the start button shorter, right? The meter burn
Yeah,
roll.
because you technically still have to do the dash animation
Right,
first.
because I was thinking, like, what happens if, like, you could do it, like, say Batman activates trade, he sends out the trade at you, and you had time there to say, like, I'm going to meter burn roll through the trade.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this pressure.
Well, that's another dirty thing.
Right?
Batman could actually meter burn trait, cross you up.
Ugh,
Yeah, you see what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
like
Meter
that.
burn roll
I
a
don't
trait.
like that at all.
Super dirty. All right, that's it for the second block of matches. We're gonna go to another break, but when we come back, it's gonna be Chef and
Yes.
Rip for more Injustice 2 Pro Series. Stay tuned, guys.
And welcome back to the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament for Latin America North, presented by PS4. I'm EGP Wonder Chef, joined by Mr. Rip.
Man, you hammered that out so fast. That was impressive. That was really well done. I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rip. But for those of you who don't know what this is part of the Injustice 2 Pro Series, and you do get the ranking points the same as if you were playing in any sort of offline major, such as Combo Breaker, CEO, EVO, all of those. You completely get points for playing in this. Slightly different payout. So first place gets 70 points, which we did see Rewind get last week. That put him into that top 8 position, which that's a spot where he can qualify potentially for the finals.
Every point counts, man. Every point counts. You never know, at the end of the season or at the end of this tour, whatever you want to call it, when it's all done, when it's all said and done, it's like somebody's going to be left out there with like 2 points. Like, if I just had entered one online tournament and got like 8th place, it could have made the difference.
I know, one little point, man. Every point defines you.
But here we go. Here is the updated bracket. We're going to be running through some of these losers matches and the winners. We actually run through all 3 of those matches. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start with the loser side. We've got Leatherface coming up against Young Chiquelo. Leatherface, of course, we saw earlier using Blue Beetle. Got kind of obliterated by Raph. We saw Young Chiquelo with his victory earlier. Oh, which character? Was he the
Young Chiquelo was the Deadshot playing against DJ. And actually, I learned that DJ is the biggest tournament organizer in the Dominican Republic. And he's the owner of T7G. And T7G has players such as Gross and Viking 305. So there's a little bit of backstory on that one guy that we're not going to see anymore, unfortunately. But he did get that point. Like you said, every point matters.
And as you see below that, the other match coming up, we've got Broseph, who we saw with his Atrocitus earlier in that close first match against Kyomal. He's going to be going up against Grandmaster, who's Batman we just saw. So that's going to be the other side of the loser bracket. And, of course, on the winner side, we've got Kyomal, who we saw with Black Adam and Superman, going up against Raph, who we saw with Black Adam.
Right, and again, thank you to Team Vertex for they messaged me during while you guys were commentating. They said it's pronounced Rafooks. Rafooks. Yes, so that is the correct way to do it. So thank you to them.
I like Raph a lot.
I like Raph too. It's clean. It's clean. I would change my name to Raph.
Bro.
Whoa, what is that? What is that?
I heard you say it for the first time today. I was like, maybe I should pick some of that up.
It was the Clash quote. I don't know if you could hear it, but that's what he said. That's what Blue Beetle says.
I didn't hear it obviously when that happened.
Okay.
I was impressed by hearing you say it. That's all. So I figured,
a little weird.
Try to pick it up a little bit too. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Don't ever do that again. Young Chiquelo with Deadshot going up against Leatherface with the Beetle.
Yeah, so this should be a pretty interesting match. Both of these characters very good at zoning, different ways. So there's going to be a lot of high projectile trades. It's really going to depend on if somebody gets a hit, they're going to be able to get that sort of zoning advantage and then kind of push the zoning advantage, causing the other one to have to get in.
Well, instead, we see Leatherface immediately going in once he got that first hit with the zoning.
That works. Life lead is huge. Again, in a match where both of these players can zone, the life lead is going to be big. Now, a lot of it, too, is going to come down to this sort of aerial zoning. Blue Beetle can shoot projectiles down from the air, but every single time he does that, we can see Deadshot do exactly what he just did, his own air shot, and kind of pick him out of the air, or even do the ricochet shot. Yeah,
and Young Chiquelo's air shot, of course, is horizontal, while, as you mentioned, Blue Beetle's is angled. But those air shots, as you see there from Young Chiquelo, also going to be a factor. Right now, Leatherface has a small lead. He's trying to chill, but the zoning from Deadshot is going to add up over time.
That was nice. He's stayed patient, waited for him to get that meter. So Blue Beetle's projectiles, they're all high, except for when he meter burns it, it becomes a very plus on block mid projectile. And so once he throws that out, as long as, even if it's blocked, even if it's avoided, he's going to get that zoning advantage. He's going to be able to start throwing out his own projectiles.
And as I mentioned, the zoning is slowly adding up, and right now, Young Chiquelo has actually taken the lead until that sweep right there.
And I like the usage of the float into air dash. So, of course, there's all the different options off of the float. You can do the air dash, you can jump in any sort of direction, and right now we're seeing him use the air dash a lot.
Oh, smart jump in, well-timed from Young Chiquelo. Very close first round, first life bar.
I think it's the first time we've seen Young Chiquelo move forward this set.
Yeah. He's very hesitant. And you see, he's using a lot of these shots, it's building him a lot of meter. So very important, even though a lot of these shots are whiffing, it is slowly building a meter.
Yeah, and the meter is super important for Deadshot zoning, and actually for both these characters zoning, because most of their options are not that great, they're not great mids or lows unless he has meter. Either of these characters have meter. Then they get to actually force chip on your opponent.
Oh man, he has a small mystery from Chiquelo, but now he's in there. Trying to start pressure, but big sweep. And here's the clash, and as I mentioned about the meter, Young Chiquelo, big meter lead for this clash. Let's see how much he decides to wager. Goes with 2. And Leatherface win with none, so 25% health back for Chiquelo now. No clash available, 130 seconds left to go.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. I don't feel like this could go to time, even in a zoning on zoning match, just because they're both making reads in the zoning game.
Oh, man, but now he's in. He's like, forget the zoning. I'm coming in.
But now it's time. Oh, nice catch. That should be huge. He's going to use the background bounce? No, he could have got a lot more damage.
You're right. He could have bounced him off the elephant. Is that a mammoth?
I think maybe. I don't know. We've had a bunch of discussions what all these animals are, and it's very tough.
I'm pretty sure these are standard animals. That's like a rhino, that's an elephant, and that's like an ox or something. Okay, the third one's kind of questionable.
There's one on the right that's like a really big, it's apparently called a kudu, and I've never heard of that before, a kudu.
Okay, yeah, neither have I. So here we go. The both players out of clash. Young Chiquilla going in.
Oh, doesn't finish it up, but still gets the guaranteed chip to finish it.
The rifles. That's a hippo, not a Coquello or whatever you said that was.
No. I meant on the very right side, the kudu. The kudu's on the right side. It looks like a giant gazelle. All right, but they have like T-Rex skulls there. They could be anything. They could be from any era or any weird world because I mean it's owned by a genius psychic monkey. So
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I can't assume anything. Assume nothing.
So a back and forth extended zoning battle between these two for the first game. Young Chiquello takes it with his dead shot.
Right.
We'll see what happens here. They're going right back to the same stage.
Begin.
Loading up his bullets. First hit going to be for Chiquello.
He jumped right over that 4-3. Very nice. And it looks like Chiquello's taking a more offensive approach this time.
Yeah, super aggressive. Caught him during the back dash with that back one string.
Ooh, and that may have been a mistake. He actually threw young Chiquello out of the corner.
Oh, great block for Chiquello, though. Oh, that's a smart choice. Just put him back in the blender after that shield.
Oh, and there we go. That's that whiff. So it's such a great move on block, that shield charge. But if he whiffs, he just really he eats it, man. He just lands on his face on the ground.
You know, like,
yeah, no! That would be great. No, it's I think you wouldn't be able to hear it because the Blue Beetle player is too busy yelling, "No, no, brah, no, brah." I hope he clashes so you get to hear that. Oh wow! Wake up, meter burn projectile. Whatever works.
Exactly. Whatever works. Is that the gazelle?
That is the kudu, my friend.
Oh, my bad. Kudu.
You see how it's got the cool, like, spiral antlers? Mm-hmm. We're learning stuff about animals. It's a very educational game. Oh, no, and he whips the shield again.
Yeah, smart neutral jump to avoid the shield on his wake up. And very close life bars, though, again. Well, he went for chip, and he did not get it. And there it is.
Just on a down one, but they're looking pretty even this time. The screen positioning is definitely. Whoa! Oh no! I can't even say.
They're right back where they left him. Oh man, the blender right now. He's coming right back in. Of course he is.
Oh, and that is the third or fourth time that we've seen him intentionally bait that shield charge. So I think we should definitely stop seeing that quite so much from Leatherface. He could just sit there and just anti-air and bait the jump.
That's true. But right now, Young Chiquello going in with the back one string all day. And here comes the overheads. Oh, 3 in a row.
And he blocked them all. That's impressive. Really getting put in the blender here. Oh, and this is going to be tough for him to make this comeback without. Oh!
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Got over the entire of the meter burn rifle. I can't believe that. Oh, wasn't able to close it out.
He went for a restand, and he didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, I think he may have hit his button a little bit too early, and then it just didn't come out because it did seem like he maybe he wanted to do something else right there.
So let me ask you this. You know, we've seen him, this blender, you know, the back one mix up with the, I think it's the back two for the overhead.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think is the best option forward to?
Yeah. The best option on defense?
Yeah, on defense. You know, when you have a dead shot approaching you like this and putting you in that blender, what are you supposed to do about it?
You got to pray.
That's it? That's the answer?
What you got to do, man.
Come on, Chef.
You
got to put a video out about this, man. People need to know some answers for this.
No, well,
How about a meter burn back 3?
Meter burn back 3 is a relatively good option, but back 1-2 hits pretty quick. It's a really scary mix-up situation just in general because both the overhead and the low, they have a very similar startup time. It's like 13 frames and like 14 frames, so you can't really kind of fuzzy one way or the other. Meter burn back 3 will work most of the time, mostly against the overhead, but even if he does do just the low by itself, he can just stop it and block the meter burn back 3 a lot of the time. The one big thing to watch out for is usually you see back one more because it does have more range than the low.
Right.
And every hit of the low string actually has a gap in between it. So you can backdash out of the string.
Very difficult, though. I've tried
It
this.
is. It is very, very difficult.
Yeah, between the second and third hit.
Especially because you're already like guessing between so many things in that situation.
And I think certain characters can't backdash the second hit either.
Oh, it's possible that like their backdash gets caught. Yeah, I believe it. But Blue Beetle does have really good mobility, and his backdash is very good. So we might, it might be a good time to see that.
Yeah, Leatherface back in, he goes for the 50-50 in the corner. Nice blocks though from Chiquelo.
But putting himself in the corner might not have been the best situation, and now he's got to take just a little bit more for that life bar, but that's still a really terrible situation, especially that he's in the corner. Had to spend a little bit of meter, which, I mean, I guess he closed it out. He didn't take any damage, but lost a little bit of resource, and especially with young Chiquelo with so many resources right now, that's scary.
Let's see if he spends it. If he does not, nice block on the string that time. Down 2 to interrupt third hit. Interesting choice.
So many mix-ups after mix-ups. Oh, we're seeing it again.
Yeah, he's baited out that wake-up multiple times. And Leatherface has not caught on yet. But here's the down 2 to interrupt. Can he get something started? Doesn't look like it. Here's the clash. He's behind on meter, I believe.
Chiquelo should be able to get some damage if he wants to, and they're just instead going to trade. So Chiquelo it seems like he likes to hold on to at least one bar for some sort of weird conversion or just throwing it out in neutral. Whatever he wants to do with it. All right, will this throw go the right way? Yes, puts him into the corner. Very smart. And we're seeing so many jump-ins landing from young Chiquelo. We're not really seeing too many anti-airs from Leatherface. Blue Beetle's got a great down two.
Holy moly,
Whoa.
where are we? By the kudu. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, the kudu.
Yes!
Oh, and he...
Knowledge!
We're learning. I'm telling you, it's an educational game.
Am I gonna need trick bullets? I don't know what that means.
Bruh.
How do you not know what that means? How does he not know what trick bullets
I don't know
are?
what a trick bullet is.
I
Is
mean,
it like
you
curve?
can guess. I don't know. Actually, I don't know either. I don't know what that means either. All right, you caught me. Oh wow, connects. So we are just one hit of chip away, but he's not going to need the chip. Catches him out of the air. Good read on the air mobility, and young Chiquelo moving through the losers brackets
What was that movie with the curved bullets?
with a curved bullets. With the
you
gun
switch arm?
katas and stuff, right? Was it Equilibrium?
No, it had Angelina Jolie and it had the Professor X dude.
Shoot, you're right. I actually don't.
Whatever.
I don't remember what that
Hit me up on
movie
Twitter. I
was.
forgot
I don't
what
think
that's
I
called.
actually saw the movie, but I remember seeing that trailer a bunch, and I was like,
I was
"What is
thinking maybe
going
those are
on?"
trick bullets. You know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you like. I don't know. You put like some. What are some weird like baseball tricks that you would do to a baseball one for
Usually
the
in
pitcher?
baseball, you hold it on the seams or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah.
cross the seams, you do a different hold grip, fingers apart, fingers together.
Whoa. Okay. So you know a lot about baseball. You know way
I
more
know a
than
lot
I
about
do.
baseball pitching than I know about trick balls, I'll tell you that.
So I guess so. He's got a
Knuckleball.
You got to have the seams of the bullet. It's like you see little like baseball seams.
Oh,
like,
yeah, maybe
on
there
a
is.
bullet. There you go. Yeah, it's that's definitely not what it is.
I think you might be onto something, though. I think that's honestly the only thing it could be for a trick bullet. Or
Sure.
it's like it explodes and there's like fireworks shoot out of it. But here's the replay before young Chiquelo took the 3-0. Oh, man, that was like his one opportunity to really get something started, too.
It was. He also threw him out of the corner. I think a lot of it came down to side switching opportunities because young Chiquelo took every single opportunity to put Leatherface back in the corner. And Leatherface, he cornered himself a few times. He threw young Chiquelo out of the corner a few times and just converted into weird situations that side switched and just gave young Chiquelo a lot of space.
And, of course, the one adaptation, we never saw from him was that he kept on waking up with the shield. And young Chiquelo always had it. Scott was like, I'm just going to neutral jump. You need to go underneath. I'm going to land. I'm going to punish you each time. So that was something that he definitely did not adapt to. But young Chiquelo is totally ready for it. So shout out to him. He's moving on to the tournament. Unfortunately, the other guy's out.
Yep, but, still a good placement. Still, you got what? That's tied for
points,
fifth.
right?
Yeah, got multiple points. I believe it's 5 points for him.
You're the point master.
Oh, I'm the point master.
You're the point master. I got your new nickname.
I can distribute the points as I wish. I
Right.
control the points.
You're the point master. But coming up next, we've got the Grandmaster.
Oh,
And he's going up against, what's his name? His name like Brofeus?
just Brosif.
Brosif.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Brosif?
He was close.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brosif.
Maybe we
The
take a look at the
Atrocitus player.
bracket. Yeah, the Atrocitus player versus Batman coming up. What do you think about that matchup?
This is a pretty heavily debated matchup right now because both of these characters obviously very good on the upper end of the spectrum, and Atrocitus, the opinions on him have been varying a lot. I was talking about it earlier.
Okay.
Coach Steve posted his tier list on Atrocitus, or not his tier list, his matchup list, and he only really had 2 bad matchups in his opinion. But
Black Adam?
And Catwoman were his two.
Catwoman.
Right, but there are other players. So, for instance, I was watching Madsen from Germany, and he was saying that he doesn't think that Atrocitus is quite as good as a lot of people are thinking he is. There's a lot of top players that are really kind of going in and out
Really?
of their opinions of Atrocitus. It's very weird. But Batman, he's another character. Everybody's really looking at him now. A lot of people were looking at him a lot like maybe Injustice 1 Batman at the beginning of the game. But now
He's
they're
very
looking
similar.
at his neutral. He is very similar, but he has extra stuff.
Yeah, he's
So
way better in a lot of ways.
In many, many ways. So people are really starting to look at that. We just saw Rewind, who was actually our winner from last week. He released a combo video of all these new potential Batman B&Bs that are really impressive looking, and they do a ton of damage.
Okay, Rewinds, Batman B&Bs. Google it.
Yeah, Google it. No, I believe it's on Twitter, actually, so maybe you should look it up. But
I'm sure Google looks there too.
yeah, maybe it does. You're right. You're probably right.
But Broseph, you're right. Not what did I say, Profius. My
That's a
bad.
good name, too.
Broseph versus
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Yes.
That was the one. Points Master, Grandmaster. I got it.
I wonder if he's going to be playing Sub-Zero when Sub-Zero comes out.
He could be, man. He could be. That's coming up. Was it July 11th?
I believe so, right
7-11.
before EVO. All right, so they are going to choose the characters that we saw them play earlier in the tournament. And so like I was saying earlier, it's a very weird matchup because there are a lot of different ways for Batman to deal with the pressure and with the with the Dexstar shield. So we'll see just how comfortable Grandmaster is using those tools. Right now, he's getting kind of beat up without even seeing Dexstar.
Yeah, but here comes Dexstar now.
There we go. That was one of the best tools against the shield. Just let go of all of trade. Oh, caught in the corner. No conversion, though.
Oh, on the 50-50. Gets him with the overhead mix-up. And right now, it is all Broseph.
Oh,
man,
nice.
yeah. He's had a couple of good reads on Batman's wake-up so far. First, he neutral jumped down and let him slide underneath. And that time, he jumped again, neutral jump. And he avoided the down, too.
Yeah, caught the wake-up throw, which I assume was supposed to be a tech. Oh, just
smart.
down twos him out of it.
Yeah, no trade for you. Wow, an early
down
clash
yet.
here from Grandmaster.
Oh, and that interesting Batman mask again.
Yeah, that's his gear of choice, man.
Yeah, it's his. It's definitely recognizable. We'll put that out there. Oh, and now we're starting to see some pressure started. One of the biggest issues in this matchup for Atrocitus is his anti-airs are not really the best, and Batman, of course, has probably the best jump in, or one of the best jump in.
Of course, that jump is so good. But that was a good block from regardless. And again, these blood pearls really adding up here.
So it's really interesting the combos that, okay, that should be, oh no, it could have been the kill. Decided not to use meter. Decided to use meter in a weird way. So, okay, am I insane, or does Broseph never use puddle in anything? I think he literally didn't use a single puddle, Bloodnado puddle, this entire game.
What? Are you being sarcastic?
No, I am not being
Because I
sarcastic.
feel like I saw like a billion puddles.
The puddles, not the vomits.
No.
Really? You saw puddles?
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't see any puddles.
I felt like I
he
saw a
doesn't-
bunch of them.
He doesn't use them in combos, which is weird because
He definitely hit him with a couple, man. And then he
In
back him
combos?
after. Yeah.
okay, maybe there. But I mean, like when he's getting his conversion. So like he'll anti him out of the air. Okay, we're actually seeing a switch to Black Adam, but
Aha.
he'll hit him out of the
Smart
air,
choice.
and then he uses the up vomit and then the shield, and then the up vomit and the shield, and then he keeps going.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very different combos than we usually see. So maybe he is using
He
some.
definitely
blood
has used some.
Okay,
And he
okay.
definitely has also done the up bombs, as you mentioned. if you
Yeah.
feel.
All right, well, we'll count him. We'll count him this time. I'm gonna mark it down somewhere. Starts off with a 1-1-1 from full screen. That was a really weird choice. Looks like a button check.
Oh, nice tech there. Still no first hit yet, though. Oh, there it is.
It's a pretty good mix-up. It's the low lightning instead of the overhead third hit of the string. Oh, and there's the puddle. You got me. He uses it.
yeah.
Maybe I'm blind.
You're probably just talking about other things that are happening.
I think it was mostly I'm looking at his weird combos because
No, yeah,
you
they're
see
definitely
him,
unorthodox.
You see like two puddles, which is maximum per combo, and he just uses none.
Wow, meter burn to 4-3 on wake up. Smart defense from Grandmaster, though. He is
Ooh.
out of there.
He barely made it over that 4-3.
Black Magic corner combo incoming. Oh my damage. A 30-year life bar. Thank you.
Yeah, that took him back to the life lead and gave him the screen positioning.
Oh no, the kudu.
The kudu! Look how sad it is laying on its back over there, man.
Oh no, I never noticed it was still on the screen. I thought it explodes. It's like,
It's like,
oh my god.
"Help me!"
That's messed up, man. That is messed up. Look at that kudu. That is not cool.
Oh, nice back up, but we could have seen a whiff punish right there from Black Adam.
Oh, great stuff.
I'll douse your fire. I live to burn.
That's an interesting thing. I'll douse your fire. I mean, maybe if he creates rain or something.
It was a
but-
good response, though. I live to burn. Can't douse this. Life bar is very close here. About a half life bar lead for Grandmaster. But Flash still available for Broseph, and he's got meter.
Uses the double. Oh, no, misses it. Could have got the conversion. And the bigger thing right there is that he didn't get the chance to summon Dexstar. That's what that Ender would have given him.
Yet you are not winning.
Well, let's see if he decides to tie here, if he's going to get some life back. He's going to get a lot of life back.
And that knockdown might give him enough time to summon Dexstar. No, chooses not to. Afraid of the wake-up blast
Wow,
next.
great down two. Will he get Dexter? Here it comes.
Oh, it wasn't a safe situation to summon it, but
The pressure. Here it comes now, though. Oh,
Ooh.
my God. Nice air escape. Shields up. Oh, my God.
did
He
it.
did it.
Oh,
Oh,
no! He went underneath. He had the kill.
That
it was guaranteed.
was unfortunate. That was unfortunate.
I don't even know the situation that was. I've never seen him able to back three underneath a puddled opponent. That's
I mean, maybe he did it too early.
but it must have been some weird sort of juggle that threw them higher than normal because, like I said, I've never seen that happen. He was really close to on top of that, but he's got to be unhappy with that.
Of course.
Gotta be
Let's see
angry.
if he can, regain his composure here, though. Set is now tied 1-1. The Black Adam pick paying off for Grandmaster. Man, that was rough. That was a rough ending.
It
He
was.
got pretty hyped, though. He got pretty hyped.
It was.
The
It was-
surprise blood puddles. Surprise blood puddles.
Yeah, and we saw him really go for that mix-up a lot at the very end. He finally decided to really mix up the overhead lows. Oh, and a bomb setup. That's not something we see. Whoa.
Something Grandmaster barely sees either. Oh, nice dive kick, but no conversion.
All right, wake up down two. He catches the forward one. And wow, what an early lead from Grandmaster.
Yeah, terrible start to game 3 for Broseph. I mean, maybe he's a little bit on tilt from the end of that last game. He's got a good meter lead right now, though. Let's see if he gets to use it. Nope, gets caught with forward 1-2.
As things stands, he's getting hit by way too many forward 1-2s. And ooh, nice. Gets out of that bomb situation. Raw down two. Hits him with the fortune teller.
Oh, he is dashing in with that shield. And here comes the pressure with Dextar now.
Ooh, I like that. Caught him with the blood ball underneath the string. Or after the string.
And that was a great use of dive kick. Changes to air trajectory.
Oh, and that is pretty much death.
Yeah, this was beat down.
Well, he's getting something started, but it's
And
going
he's
to be...
got Clash. If he can make some kind of situation... Oh, no. If he can somehow, I was going to say, if he can somehow force a Clash, get the 3 bars, make something happen, but not going to happen. Grandmaster with the Black Adam switch. Going to go up 2-1 right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's working out well for him. That was a really quick match, which is surprising because the match before that was... it was very close, you know?
Right, super close. But, on the other hand, maybe Grandmaster still warming up to the Black Adam pick. He had just come off his Batman for like 4 games straight.
Right.
And then, of course, now, Atrocitus, he lost that super close second game. Now he's got to totally regain his composure. He realizes this is it. This is his tournament life online in this one game. So let's see what he brings to the table here.
Yeah, and it's not easy to keep yourself together when you lose a match that you should have won.
Oh yeah, most of the time when your combo is the one to drop, like I hit that combo 1,000 times. Why did it drop that time when I needed it?
The one singular time is the most important, and that's when you miss it. Whoa,
Oh, that was so high. Oh no, Kudu.
Kudu. Poor Kudu.
Kudu just lying there, man. Air punch walk. What do you call it?
Well, ketchup and mustard call it punch float.
Punch
So
float?
I tend to sometimes say that. But there is an actual name for it. I don't remember what it is.
Punch walk. It's always punch walk.
But he doesn't walk.
His feet are moving. He's
I
walking
guess so.
through the
Punch
air.
swim?
No. All right, here we go. Broseph gets the first life bar. Very close, though.
Oh, the bomb! Oh, okay. He was just barely able to get away from it in time.
And here we go. All tied up. Set point for Grandmaster.
And definitely looking a lot better than the last game. I mean, already taking way more life than the previous. But he's getting trapped in this corner, taking so much damage just from little hits. He hasn't used his breaker either, or his clash.
Yeah, he probably should have used it. Way behind now. Gets caught in the corner and still hasn't used it. That's it.
No, wow.
That was his last chance to use it.
Wow, he really needed to use that earlier. Look how much meter he lost with, too. Literally his entire bar. He could have got so much. He could have got the pressure off of him. He could have gained back so much life, just reset the whole situation. But instead, I think he just gets a little bit overwhelmed. Doesn't think he's going to get clipped by the little things that he gets clipped by. And
I think he was on tilt. I think he may have been on tilt after that close second game. Regardless of Grandmaster going to advance, he's not quite out of it yet, though. He's still got a few matches left in the loser bracket.
That's true. I guess he's going to be up next against Young Chiquelo in the losers bracket.
Is that right? We were in loser semis? I think we are.
I believe we are. So all we have left is winners finals, losers semis, losers finals, and grands.
Right. So I think we're going back to the winner final. But here is the quick replay of that extremely quick final game. This was the final life bar situation. And he gets a sweep there. Here comes some lightning. Blood Pearl that did not punish. He really needed it. He really wanted it.
It was close to punishing, too.
And then all of a sudden this corner combo does not get a clash, and all of a sudden cross-up dive kick Dunzo. Yikes.
Yeah, just all those stray little hits. And that's one of the biggest things about Black Adam damage is that he doesn't need to do his 500 damage combos, his 700 damage combos. He can just do stray things here or there. Dive kick, a back two, a meter burn lightning, which does over 200 damage, by the way, by itself. And every single little thing, you're just like, wait, what, ah, ooh. And then you just can't catch him. He just gets a little damage, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I mean, 200 damage from meter burn lightning is kind of crazy. I didn't notice that much.
Over 200 damage.
That is nutty.
Technically, it's the strongest meter burn projectile in the entire game. That doesn't give you a combo. Yeah.
That's pretty good. They should let Superman meter burn his heat zap.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he can. What do you mean? Oh, the heat zap?
Yeah, the heat zap.
Oh, there was actually a gear move.
A gear. I remember the gear one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a video about that one.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, man.
People thought it was like the actual move. They're like, didn't you nerf this character? I'm like, dude, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Leave it. He was super fat. You couldn't duck it. He was mid.
I ran into Tom Brady online. And he played with just full gear, level 20 in the beta, right?
Right.
And he had that move, and I was level 2 on Atrocitus, and I was playing him, and he was doing all that stuff where it transitions you from meter burn dash punch.
Yeah.
And he was meter burning his straight lasers, and I was like, what's going on? Why does Superman have this stuff? I have no idea.
I got to say, though, personally, I totally enjoyed playing that version of Superman because it felt so different. I felt like I wish the gear system never existed. I wish that all this moveset, because he has a ground pound like Jax too.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish he had that move. I just wish he had all these other moves that he doesn't have access to unless you play with gears. And tournament, of course, we're not playing with the gears. So,
right.
Maybe one day we'll see Injustice 2 Pro Series Gear Series.
Ooh,
right? I mean, I don't know.
Series. I like that.
I'd be down for it.
I would be down too. See some cool stuff like Captain Cold's platforms, ice platforms he can make in the air and stuff.
Ice platform? I don't even know. See what I'm saying? There's so many gear sets, stuff that I haven't seen yet. So I'm totally interested in it.
They're all really cool. I would love to see an online gear tournament, to be honest.
Somebody should just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, everybody's been given some time now. Everybody could potentially have, be level 20, get their gear. A lot of the high-end gear is kind of on a similar stat level, so it's not going to be too hugely one way or the other as far as oh, he instant kills me or whatever. And
that would be fun to watch too.
It would be.
Can you imagine some guys you know what, man? Or imagine Sonic Fox enters, right? He's like, I'm not going to use any gear. Bring it.
Wow.
Let me see what you've got.
That would be the ultimate. Somebody gets there, they're just literally a completely level 1 gear character.
Right.
Just choose nothing, no new moves.
I would be super down to watch. Somebody should set up an exhibition like that where Sonic Fox has no gear and Perfect Legend has all his gear. And let's see what the score is. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Can PL get a 13-0 back on him? I'd be down to see that.
What a choice of players for that.
It was the hypothetical that came to mind really quick.
That would be a fun one. That would be a fun one. I would love to see that. We see almost nothing with the gear stuff, so
right.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool. But I believe we should be moving on now to winners finals.
Yes, sir. Here they are. Black Adam mirror match. As we thought or suspected we may have seen, we do know that Zeomile has a pocket Superman, maybe also a pocket Supergirl, and we haven't seen anything else from his opponent yet.
Right, so
Rafooks.
We could be in for a surprise. Yes, Rafooks, now that we know how to actually say the name. So Zeomile, a.k.a. Kiyomile, 2 different names there. I don't know which one is actually his real one, but I'm going to go with Kiyomile.
We'll go Kiyomile, yeah.
Right, so we've seen a lot of Black Adam already this tournament, and we've seen a lot of the stage. So this is just, I don't know, this is just working out. Maybe Gorilla City is somewhere in Latin America. I mean, right? We've seen the stage like.
I mean, we don't
more
got
than half
trees
the
like
time.
that up here in Northern America. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we don't have nature.
challenge?
We just have buildings and dead grass.
Yeah, we don't have no kudo either.
Yo, do you see the giant snake in the background? I've actually never seen that.
Where?
Right behind the white Black Adam right now.
That?
Yeah, look at that. It's a giant like anaconda.
Yeah, it's like frozen. I thought it was moving around, but no,
Oh,
its mouth
no.
is just wide open there. God, midlife crisis.
Just about even, but Rafuk still needs to take the first life bar and catches it with the dive kick.
Yeah, that's the thing about this mirror match, right? As soon as you see someone throw out a projectile, whether it's black magic or lightning, you got to have your dive kick ready to go.
Oh yeah, it's the dive kick is the perfect counter actually to his own zoning. So it makes both players very scared to zone. Now, if you can get that respect to be able to zone, that does put you into like another mind game though. And of course, there's always the potential to bait the dive kick. You can neutral jump it, you can meter burn back 3 or forward 3 it, you can just block it.
That instant dive kick caught him and forced him to clash here. Kumal's been doing a pretty good job of interrupting between, like, you'll see a lot of forward 1-2 into lightning from Rafuk's.
Right.
And he's been down jamming, interrupting a lot of them, but now he's opting not to.
Nice side
boy.
switch. Oh, this should be big.
Yeah, smart stuff.
Field conducts there.
Already lost a ton of damage, though.
He did, but I think his idea was he didn't have the meter lead, so he was waiting until the meter was spent by Zeomal. Or Kiyomon. I'm just going to go back and forth between them.
Oh, my God.
Do you
You
see that?
mentioned
Yeah.
the damage. There it is. Ouch. I was just going to say, Kumal just got his trade up. This could play a factor, but not going to happen when you get hit by that EX Lightning.
Yeah, unnecessary, unnecessary. Yeah, the damage off of that is just insane, and you can't clash the second 2 hits of it.
Right.
So you are just taking it. You're sitting there, you're waiting for some sort of overhead, or you're trying to push a button or something like that, and then boom, a fourth of your life's gone. That's it.
Boom, indeed. Do you think we're going to see a character switch? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it.
I think if we get down to maybe somebody being down 2 games, we'll
Yeah.
see the switch.
I mean, Kiyomon lost the first game. We saw him switch to Superman in that final game against the Atrocitus. I think it was Bro?
Yeah.
Broseph.
Correct.
So let's see if he decides to do it here. But right now, it's only 1-0. Rafuk's in the lead. Gets the first hit as well.
And the kudu, max range kudu, very good spacing. Okay, so here's the question. Will he use the background bounce? He does!
Yeah!
Yes, I'm so
Optimized.
happy. Look at that damage. 408, completely meterless. Very, very nice.
A nice combo from Kiyomon. He's got the next combo as well. Give me another 290.
What a dominating start by him. I mean, even just at the very end, a very, very risky black magic, catching Rafuk's on the way up.
Yeah, Rafuk could have easily EX dive kicked it, had plenty of meter spend.
Or, of course, even if you just block black magic, you can punish it with your own black magic.
Oh boy, too far.
Oh, that was a huge drop. He didn't try to get the double dive kick conversion, just went for the normals. I like that so what he's doing right there is he's jumping and he's whiffing the close dive kick to try to bait Zeomal into maybe meter burn back 3ing or jumping or doing something.
Yeah, but Rafuk's making back a lot of his life deficit. Nice air escape. He didn't want to give him the life bar that easily. He's going to make him earn it, and there he does.
Lightning Hand's actually one of the best neutral tools that Black Adam has. It catches really far and really high in the air. Oh!
Wow, great conversion after the air-to-air dive kick. Oh! Oh my God! I thought he didn't want to let him clash, but he actually gave it to him at the last second.
Yeah, he was
Came
doing,
off full meter.
he was doing a whole bunch of weird, like, just a couple hits, not going for the full combo. So I thought so too, but I think maybe he thought he just kind of like cracked and just decided to close it out. But maybe not the best idea.
Yeah,
Still,
maybe a costly mistake. Both players have trade available. Here comes Rafuk. Kiyomon still has his available. Oh my God! Good night. That EX Lightning.
wow, yeah, just doing so much damage, closing out both rounds with it. And Kiyomon was so in control that game. I don't understand how he suddenly like lost that much life. But
Black Adam. That's suddenly how he lost that much life. But now is the question. You know, he's down 2-0 here. If he wants to make a character switch, it's going to have to happen now, right? This is winner side of the bracket. This is winner final. Very important match. You know, if you win this, you guarantee the top 2 finish, of course. And now he's hovering over Superman, and it looks like he's going to pick it.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a really cool Superman skin, actually.
Superman.
Yep, and he is going to go Superman. It worked out for him when he made the switch in the very final game of his first winner's bracket match. I don't know how well it'll work this time. It's we don't know how comfortable he is with Superman. I've never seen him play Superman at all until literally just today.
And you got to remember, too, in that first set that we saw on the winner side of the top 8, the set was tied 2-2. So the Superman pick only had to win 1 game. This time he's going to have to win 3 games in Superman.
Right. And
so much longer road.
It did only win a very close game, too.
Right. Yeah, he was way behind, and he brought up his zoning, I remember.
Wow, and already a really rough start.
Oh, yeah, not looking good for Superman. But this is exactly how that last game started for him as well. Let's see, he's got the trade on now. This has a threat to turn. Get away from me, please. But instead, almost gets perfect in that first life bar.
He's like, look, I'm red. Be scared.
Do you know how much damage I can do like this, Black Adam?
Potentially. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Really weird conversion off that trade, but it was nice. And, oh, I think that was a mistake.
Huge mistake.
He air flipped out of a move that you can't combo off of. I didn't even know you could air escape out of that.
Well, it's a costly, meter-wise, very costly mistake. And forward, interesting choices.
Weird combo. Definitely could have got a lot more damage. Still, Zemo's starting to get a little bit more damage off of everything.
Smart.
Nice. You know what else was really smart right there? The fact that he had meter, chose to do the normal dive kick, because it's actually easier to combo off of an air-to-air normal dive kick than an air-to-air meter burn dive kick.
Yeah, Rafuk's recognizing the situation, not going to even let him have any life back. Spends all 3 bars for it just to make sure that it's going to be much harder for Kimon to make this comeback. And right now it's looking like it's in Rafuk's corner right now.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit more. And the scary thing is he can't run away because every bit of him running away, well, he loses.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That is it. Rafuk's going to take it 3-0 over Kyomon. That was impressive. I didn't think it was going to be a clean sweep like that.
Me neither. Honestly, from seeing both of their first-round matches, I thought it was going to be considerably closer.
I thought it was going to be very close, yeah.
And honestly, some of the matches were close, but just with that Black Adam damage, it seemed like, you had Kyomon in the lead, about 80%, and then all of a sudden, within the span of 10 seconds, it was and the life was just gone, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the Black Adam damage output that you always got to be watching out for. So, shout out to Rafuk. He is in the grand finals. Going to get a guaranteed top 2 finish, as I mentioned. But, here we see the end of that final game. The Superman pick coming out pretty late. Important clash here. And Rafuk says, no, you don't get any life back. I recognize if I give you just a little bit of amount here, you might be able to make this comeback on me. So, no, not going to let you have it, Superman. I know you got that trade. You might be warmed up with them. Another chance. Got himself out of the corner here. Was just chilling.
Yeah, but this whole entire time, even if he didn't get clipped right there, he was just giving Black Adam time to build that trait. And once he built that trait, there was really no coming back from it.
Yeah, so unfortunate for him, but he's still in the tournament. He's not out of it just yet. Sent to the loser's bracket, sitting in the loser final, waiting for the people coming out of that. So can we take a look at the bracket really quick and let the people know what we're going to see in just a second? We have, of course, our losers final and grand final still to come, but we got the losers semis coming up. We've got the updated bracket coming through. We've got young Chiquelo, the Deadshot player, going up against Grandmaster with the Batman. That's the match that you guys can see. But before we get there, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, losers semis, losers finals, and grand finals.
And welcome back to the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament for Latin America North, presented by PS4. We're in for the home stretch. Only 3 matches remain. Of course, I am EGP Wonder Chef, joined now, replacing Rip, Mr.
Godspeed. Dustin
Godspeed.
Kane. What's going on, guys? Again, I am back with Sheffington, my partner in crime. We are now at the final 3 matches of the night, like Chef mentioned, and it's been kind of a blow-up-y type day.
It has. There have been some close matches. There have been some blow-ups, but overall, we've seen a lot of really good talent from the Latin American players. And, of course, these players are fighting for those real Injustice 2 Pro Series ranking points.
They're not fake.
They are not fake.
They are really real.
They are super real. They're as real as
fake points can be.
Yeah, basically. No. But they're fighting for the points, trying to use these to qualify for the Injustice 2 Pro Series
What they're
finals.
fighting for is absolutely real, which is the finals and qualifying for E-League. No, that is huge because this is an opportunity that I really got to thank Warner Brothers as well as NetherRealm and then the whole series for allowing players like we have here and then people like us to really showcase what we have on the grandest of stages, really. And it's been one hell of a ride so far, man. And Injustice 2, all the opportunities are here. So we're seeing a lot of talent, especially, like you said, from South America now, but we're also seeing a lot of talent in North America and in Europe. The whole Injustice 2 Pro Series is crazy.
Right, absolutely. And so let's take a look at the 3 players left. The 3 players left that are fighting. Or no, I'm sorry, it's actually 4. It's still 4. We still have losers final, so this is not. Yeah, sorry, my bad. But there's 4 players left, still vying for these points, trying to get on that grand stage that you were talking about. So our first match right now is going to be losers semis, which will be Young Chicuelo, who used Deadshot earlier, against Grandmaster, who we actually saw using Batman and Black Adam.
And Bladam. It seems to be. I'm really trying to think of someone that doesn't have a Pocket Adam at this point.
Well, all of these matches for the rest of tonight have the very high potential of having Black Adam in them. I don't know exactly how Grandmaster will pick in his match, but if Young Chicuelo has to make it all the way through, he could potentially fight Grandmaster's Black Adam, then Kiyomal's Black Adam, and then Rafux's Black Adam.
That's a lot of you know me, though. Like, he's my favorite, so I don't mind seeing him on screen, even though I don't play him much anymore. I still have no problem watching Black Adam.
Me neither. Of course, I'm a giant Black Adam fan, too. I actually have a Black Adam stick.
See, that's the thing. You were a fan, but you despised him in the first game because how annoying he was.
I did not despise Black Adam in the first game.
You didn't like losing to me every week?
Hey, I didn't lose to you every week. I seem to recall randomly beating you with Sinestro once.
Probably.
That was
Actually,
a weird
no.
week.
Yeah, that was a
weird week. And then you
weird
came back and beat
That's
me,
true.
and I never played you in tournament ever again.
That's very true. So moving forward, it is match time, and it is going to be Batman versus Deadshot. So Chicuelo sticking to his Deadshot. And, of course, Grandmaster will be once again holding on to that Batman. Stop laughing.
I was actually laughing at his Batman skin, man. It's
Dude,
very much his own.
I hate
but
that, like, super skin-tight mask thing.
Like, how far in does it go? Is it in his
I don't
mouth?
know.
That's the real question that everybody's wondering at home. Like, is it weird? Like, I don't know. Let's not talk about it. But both of these players using their white skin.
Let's not talk about
I don't want to think about it. Okay, so I want to talk about this stage a little bit because both of these characters really can use this stage well. We're not seeing it. They're just jumping over each other.
Did you see the acrobatics?
They're playing this game in the air. All right, but the interactables on both areas of this stage are very, very good,
Especially for
gadget
gadgets,
characters. And especially gadget characters that have some sort of zoning, which is literally both of these characters. The left side, the one that they weren't using, is this giant sweeping laser that you can use multiple times.
And the one upstairs? Is it it is upstairs.
I think it's downstairs because you're on this like scaffolding thing here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So it is downstairs.
Yeah, we can get to that one if it happens because I'm still a little bit scarred from it.
Yeah, I know. And again, here is the mix-up. Either back 1-2 into the low overhead, back 1 stagger, or into the raw overhead.
Oh, and
Nice air-to-air. I will say Chicuelo is actually very good at getting air-to-airs and stuffing that.
oh, and we actually saw him try it right there. Air-to-airs are a very, very smart choice in this matchup because Batman, he does have one of the best jump-ins in the entire game, and Deadshot not really with one of the best anti-airs.
Yeah,
It's not terrible,
it's
but
not the best, though.
against Batman, you really need the best.
Yeah.
And this is what we're seeing right here. He's going to get a solid chunk of damage. Not going to. Oh, he's going to instead take the restand for one more mix-up. Should be able to summon. Could have thrown right there for the guaranteed
Could have,
throw.
yeah, but he actually decided not to. Now, Grandmaster is in a very tough situation as he's just getting shot after shot thrown at him. Wait a second, rolls in. chance, gets caught.
Oh, flips past him.
And there is still very much a chance here. We do have one bat trade available for Batman. He pulls it out.
He needs to get in like now.
Yeah, he needed to do it at that mid-range where he could have chased the bat in, but unfortunately, young Chiquelo, very nice.
It is very nice, but I really think that interactables on the stage are very important, and there's zero interactable use.
So, the game is really young, right?
Right.
So there's going to be a point where we start seeing interactable abuse, but I think because of the way things are now and the lack of exploration in that area, we aren't really seeing a lot of the disgusting interactable interactions that characters like Batman, characters like Deadshot have, specifically on this stage in the corners of both sides. Or both levels, really.
Right. Really all over those stages. And you know what? Speaking of interactables, this is another stage that has some of the really strong interactables in this game.
Especially in the right corner of this stage, there is unblockable barrels for both power and gadget characters.
Right, but they're actually a little bit scarier for gadget characters.
Yeah, because they roll
slowly along the ground, and if you try to jump over them, they get a free anti.
They also cause a combo, whereas the power ones is just a hard knockdown.
Right, and wow, nearly a flawless.
We literally talked about barrels for like maybe 5 seconds there, and the round was over.
Maybe Chiquelo needs to get over those barrels to make this comeback.
Yeah, really, really good pressure here, and good change of pace. I like the adjustments made by Grandmaster.
That was a very nice catch on the jump back. He tried to do the grapple to restand, but he didn't have the meter to convert 2 different times now.
Oh, well, parry, tried to parry the knee, but didn't come out. Very interesting corner combos we've seen from Chiquelo.
Oh, and nice blocking so far.
Wow, look at this pressure, though. He's just getting all of that life out of there.
And the comeback could potentially be here. Nice.
What a down 2.
Batman actually has a really good down 2. 6 frames. Man, that face is creepy. But 6 frames, that's got a pretty good hitbox.
I really can't get over it, to be honest. It's just awkward to look at.
On all 3 bats now gone for
this is a great situation here for young Chiquelo, and he's at this mid-range where he's kind of controlling the tempo. If he could just block this onslaught from Batman, he'll be okay. And that's actually not the worst situation to happen.
Oh, that's a really strong start. Good choice to push block.
I love the use of push block there.
Oh, that could have been a punch if he just done the dive kick.
Nice block, good checks. Oh, needed a much bigger punish there.
And that could be a whiff punish. Oh, no, it's not. He dashed forward instead of just doing the normal. Still, he's getting some corner pressure. If he's going to make the comeback, it's going to be from this.
Yep, good blocks. Now stuck in the corner. Pressure is still real. Armor back 3. Armored 4-3. That's 2 meters gone now for Batman.
Look at all these staggers. He's taking the life lead back.
Oh, this should be good.
Oh, he chose to throw so that there wasn't a clash. Now he's going to be able to chip him out, almost guaranteed.
One hit is all it takes. Literally chip it. What a shot.
Out of the air. He said, you know what? This is a carnival. I'm going to win the shooting gallery.
So young Chiquelo was down very much so in the beginning of that set. He got dominated. And then going into the second life bar, he completely turned the situation around. Almost lost, I want to say, less than 30% health on the second life bar with a huge deficit, and he brought it back and won.
That was about all the life he had left to lose.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, once he got to the second life bar, he barely lost 30% while taking that massive comeback.
Like 150%.
Yeah. And then finally, at the end, he started to take a little bit of damage, but man.
Yeah, that was close. That was a really good clutch. And boy, it's kind of interesting to see because, well, okay, we're actually starting to see the round start off exactly like it did last game. But, so the thing I was going to say is it's very interesting to see that young Chiquelo's rushdown is being way more effective for him than his zoning.
Yeah.
And look, he's starting to take it back with rushdown just like last game.
Not in the... His situation is not as bad as it was last time, though. He actually has 3 bars a meter now, and the life deficit is not that huge yet.
That's true. It couldn't be that much worse than last time, but you know, he managed to pull
may
off.
just get there right now.
I spoke too early. I spoke way too early.
Oh, man, and that's unfortunate. He burned 2 bars to do the air escape, and then he immediately got, God, that face.
Back one.
It's so ridiculous, but it works because it's actually good.
It is. So back one, his low on block is actually minus like 2 or something like that. But
It's negligibly not minusable.
Yeah, just barely. But the big issue is that it has very little actual recovery. So
Yeah.
even if you're even, it recovers super quick. You're not sure if he's going to do the second hit of the string or if he's just going to do more loads.
Yeah, you can check him if you know he's going to do another back one or try to do something like that with like a fast like 7 or 6 frame down one.
Right.
But even still, it's really sketchy.
Right, because he might just continue the string and then you'll
Back
get blown
one
up.
too, yeah, into the overhead.
All right, so and again, a huge life lead for Grandmaster. I don't know if Young Chiquelo can bring this one back. Not really a lot of resources for either player, but he's starting the rush down again.
Oh,
Back-
what a backdash!
What? That was an incredible backdash. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He makes a few normals with. He's got a chance here in the corner.
Oh, he still has just a little bit of life left, and that's a bait.
Oh, he catches the backdash. And look at all these staggers. He's taking some damage mid-screen.
Oh my goodness, he's making it. Oh!
Oh! He couldn't quite do it 2 games in a row. He stopped him from bringing out the bats. He punished the backdash after the whiffed wake up. There's so many different things, but Young Chiquelo's
That was
pressure and
nuts.
mix-ups are just
That was
relentless.
nuts. I got excited for a second there. I was sitting back in my seat. I had to bring myself forward.
I'm kind of far back. I'm rolling back. I'm like, what is this?
We are larger, right? So our gravity tends to pull us away. But man, Young Chiquelo was making the comeback. He was really doing it, and then finally he baited the slide, but he wasn't able to deal with it. He got caught by down 2. I think he got a little excited.
Yeah, all it took was one hit. He just needed to find that one opening. If it was a little bit more life for Young Chiquelo, he might have been
And that
able
was
to
actually
finish
smart though by Grandmaster to use down 2 because it is so fast, right?
it. Right.
It was like a quick get off me, and it ended up working.
Ooh, interesting combos using 2-1 mid-combo. It's not really a string you usually see for his optimals. And this time, Young Chiquelo is starting off with the life leads. That's a very
Yeah, but
big
it's
change.
slowly melting Grandmaster. I'm honestly really impressed with his Batman.
Yeah, both of these players are extremely good, and this is one of the first really close matches that we've seen, except for maybe the first match of the night.
Okay, again, we see that down 2 coming out as a quick get off me, so that actually could be a tell to Young Chiquelo.
And I gotta say, I still want to know why we're seeing the stage so much today. It's very strange.
I mean, it's my favorite stage.
It is mine too,
To
as
be
far
honest,
as gameplay.
yeah, I really do love this stage. It's very vibrant, and interactables are fair for both characters. There's not too many of them either, and I love that beautiful centerpiece, mainly because it's the stage I feel like has the biggest actual center bounce interactable range.
Yeah, it might be.
I
There's
think
some
it just
strange
looks
ranges.
bigger, right?
Right, it feels solid one way or another. All right, catching him with the meter burn guns from pretty far away. Oh, gets underneath the jump too, just barely, but still gets opened up.
Pressure now coming in from Batman. Nice. I really like his use of push block.
That's the one thing that we've seen a lot of players not using enough today, except for, I guess, Young Chiquelo.
Yeah.
Push block.
He, of all the players we've had today, even in general, I think he's been using the push block as well as the meter burn roll more than anyone.
As Deadshot, you have a lot of meter to use both
Yeah.
of those, so it does make sense. Oh no! Gets hit
wait
by
a
the fake
second.
cross-up. It wasn't a cross-up. Nice flip out right there. Prevents the Oki from the forward 3, but now he's going to... I mean, we've seen him do it before. I'm not going to make any
Yeah,
any
I'm
calls
just
right
going to
now.
let this kind of happen. Batman has that bat. Oh! Wait a second. Now it's going to be Grandmaster getting very
Oh, no.
impatient here.
He's been hit by far too many trade shots, and that might be it. It's going to be
Oh,
so close.
Oh, what a shot!
Oh, and he was just a little bit too late on the meter burn roll. Wasn't able to finish the startup of his
and
dash.
that was I think it was a down 1 or a back 1. He checked him as soon as the meter burn roll was done. Young Chiquelo did.
Right.
And that's stopped his offense. Good, that was ridiculous. Oh no, maybe I think it was a shot because he had the trade on.
Yeah, yeah.
At the very end, and then he knocked him back, which is actually what saved him from the bat because he got hit by the bat.
Well, a lot of stuff is it's all little gunshots, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to tell what's what sometimes. But that was a very, very good match. Even though it didn't go to Game 5, it felt like it very easily could
Yeah.
have. And I got to say, Young Chiquelo's his clutch factor, his comeback factor
Dude,
is some of the highest
the
that I've
dude is
seen from
nuts.
anybody.
That was 2 games in a row, one of which he actually did come back, but then he almost came back in the last game, which
And
would
then-
have been so sick to see.
But then in the very final game, he did make
yeah,
a comeback.
he did make a
Again,
comeback. But I'm saying
a very
that
different side.
the second to last comeback would have been even more drastic, right?
Right.
Because he had literally a pixel left.
Right, so a lot of it came down to really how well young Chiquelo could clutch out these matches. And Grandmaster playing so well, but just wasn't able to close out the matches that he needed to. He easily could have won the set, but he let the comeback happen. He was crushed, he was crumbling a little bit underneath the dead shot pressure.
Yeah, no, he was.
Bit, which is normal because it's very good pressure. It's very good mix-ups.
And even at the end, I think is when we actually saw him finally lose his cool, right? Because he had done so well, he was controlling the pace, and then once he got hit by the EX low gun, that's when he started to kind of panic, and then it just...
Yeah, meter burn roll, it was a smart choice. We hadn't seen him meter burn roll really too much the entire set, but it didn't work out for him. Just a few frames too early. So that means young Chiquelo is moving on in the bracket.
Yeah, look at this comeback. See that low gun? He started. He wanted to get in. So it was a straight shot. He got hit with the blue trait.
Oh, it got hit by another one.
Yep.
And then one more, I think. Oh, no. Then it's the low rifle. Tries to meter burn roll just too late. Just barely.
Yeah, there was honestly literally nothing Batman could have done there.
I mean,
he
could have made like a couple really good reads in a row, but it was tough.
But off of wake up like that, I mean, realistically, he could have delayed wake up, which then he would have got shot. He could have woke up with slide, recovery's awful on that, he would have got shot. Obviously, waking up with parry is not going to work.
Right.
I really don't know what he could have done there.
Maybe if he had immediately done the double jump, he could have avoided the bounce of the bullet, because it does put him a little bit higher in the air.
Right, but I'm saying that the bullet was so meaty from Deadshot that I...
Well, it wasn't that meaty because it hit him out of a meter burn roll, so...
Did it, though?
Yeah. That's what the very thing that then was. But that means we're moving on to Losers Finals, and Zeomal immediately not going Black Adam. We're seeing Supergirl for the first time of the day.
So he does play Supergirl.
I guess Power Girl, technically.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I have seen that he does use Supergirl sometimes, although this is the first time we are seeing it. Starting to start getting some Oki. I love the end with back 1, 2, 3. So back 1, 2, 3 is one of the few rare strings in the game where if you hit them grounded with it, it is not a hard knockdown they can roll. But if you use it in a juggle, it's actually a hard knockdown, which allows you to get some really cool Oki.
Oh, what a block.
Good reactions by young Chiquelo. Doesn't get the full combo still. He's going to get a good amount of chip from it. He's just trying to hold on to this life lead.
Yeah. And he's doing a good job of it so far.
Interesting that we aren't seeing Black Adam at all to begin with. I understand maybe he wants to switch. Maybe he's trying to maybe he's trying to use Supergirl in preparation on if he makes it back up to Grand Finals.
Yeah, I don't know. Getting hit, though, by the unblockable interactable. Nice air dash to avoid the shot, and then canceling with the laser trait so that as to not get hit by another straight jump. Very smart.
But right now, young Chiquelo, ooh, nice, catching him out of the air again.
We haven't seen too many instant air shots, or just air shots in general.
Oh, nice, gets over. Wow, wake up, meter burn gunshots. No invincibility at all on that.
Brave is the word I would use.
Yeah.
How about a kiss?
You don't even know me.
You don't even know me.
You don't have to know something like this.
That's pretty interesting. It didn't seem like a very Deadshot-y line. Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, throws her back in the corner. And there's so much space here for young Chiquelo to walk back. It's going to be really tough. But Supergirl does get a lot of Oki. Oh, wow,
Ooh.
wake up throw. I think he tried to tech right there. Caught him with the raw forward 3, which was unthrowable.
Deadshot wins.
I like his gear here. He's got kind of the bomb squad vest with the big top on it.
That's true.
Cool.
Yeah, with the collar.
Yeah.
That's neat. Yeah, so apparently Kara's not the type of girl that you can just kiss on the first date. You gotta really get to know her.
Oh, it's not Kara though. It's Power Girl. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep calling you out on that. It's weird because he's using the blue color for
Yeah,
Power Girl,
I know
so it
that-
looks like Supergirl.
That's why I'm. Yeah. You got me. You absolutely got me.
Red Hood.
It's the weirdness. Actually, I would love to see some. Oh,
Ooh.
wait a minute. Is Red Hood actually allowed in this tournament? I think
He is now.
I don't know. I think he's supposed to be banned for that 30-day period, right?
I think that may be only for the offline series. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, regardless, we're gonna continue
it's happening.
watching this match, and we're gonna talk about this match, whether it's legal or not. So
The
Red
legality
Hood-
is no longer an issue for us.
Yeah. He's Red Hood. He kills criminals. He doesn't care about legality.
True.
So anyway, Red Hood is a character that we don't get to see very often, obviously, because there is the competitive ban on him for, well, whatever amount of time. Now, he's got a pretty overall around, I don't know, he's got a general moveset that kind of covers all areas. He's got zoning,
he does.
He's got mix-ups, he's got rush down, and of course his trait lets him get those Rekkas. Right now, we're not seeing any of that. We're seeing him getting juggled in the corner to death.
Yeah, this is not the Red Hood start I'm sure he wanted.
Yeah, definitely not. It's interesting that he's choosing a bunch of weird characters. Now, we've seen Killmal choose Black Adam, we've seen him choose Superman, but now he's going for a bunch of weird characters that are not working out for him. Maybe he's not comfortable in those matchups against Deadshot, but I'm not sure why he would be more comfortable with these.
I honestly don't know. It's very... He's also trying to use the tools that Red Hood has to kind of zone, and it's not going to work in this matchup.
No, it is not. He's actually got pretty good zoning, and he's got some decent
He
counters.
does,
but not against Deadshot.
Not against Deadshot. It doesn't really work here.
And before we can even get a ruling on whether or not that's legal, it is already over. I think he DQ'd himself by not blocking the low overheads, unfortunately, in the corner.
That was honestly very rough to watch as well. I mean, it was very one-sided.
It was much more so than the first match, at least with Supergirl. So
Supergirl, I think he did okay. Power Girl.
Oh no, you got me back.
him.
You got me back. All right, I'm going to give you that one. But yes, Power Girl, and now he could really go anybody. But I think he shouldn't go Red Hood for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, obviously the legality issue because it is the IPS, and he's banned. I think it was July 12th or 13th, which is literally like a few days before EVO.
Right.
So he will be legal at EVO. If you are a Red Hood fan or you are practicing the character, you will get to use him at EVO 100%. But before then, at any IPS, I think, branded event, he's supposed to technically not be legal.
Right. But fortunately, it won't matter because he would have been given a game loss even if that is illegal, and
so
he got a game loss. So
we kind of dodged a bullet by not having to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, he didn't dodge any of those bullets.
No,
but
he
he's going to
didn't.
try to with Black Adam this time, and we're seeing two things a lot today, right? We're seeing a ton of this stage,
Yes.
and we're seeing a ton of people using the all-white colors, the God shader.
That's true. It seems like South America likes the white shaders a lot. And to be honest, I got to say they have good taste because I am also, white's like one of my favorite colors. Especially on gear in this game. White looks so good on gear in this game.
Yeah, especially on like Black Adam. The white and gold on Black Adam
Yeah,
is just great.
it's so Middle Eastern, right? Because I personally, I'm Middle Eastern and I like to wear white and gold. Look, I'm just going to say it.
Well, honestly, it's just a really nice color. Sometimes even Captain Marvel, he wore a lot of white and gold costumes.
He did.
And, I'm a big fan of that. Of course, red, white, and gold are kind of his colors. But right now, it's looking a lot like the last match. Supergirl may have been the pick that he wanted to go back with. Black Adam getting pressured in the corner. We were just talking about this matchup earlier, right? About how one of the biggest issues is that Deadshot has some of the kind of cleanest, easiest mix-ups in the entire game. They're very good, very solid. And Black Adam on knockdown, not very good.
Not very good. We did just see like 17 down ones there in that little sequence for Black Adam. Nice tech. And that's the interesting thing. Forward 1-2, I think, is one of his least... Wow, that was a really awkward conversion, but I liked it. Yeah, forward 1-2 trade cancel is like one of his least plus cancels. Like, for instance, back 1-2 and like 1-1-3 trade cancel is plus like over 20. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's so plus. So generally after, 1-2 trade cancel, most atoms go for a grab.
Right, just because a lot of times if you try it off the other cancels, you're going to be too early and your grab's going to win.
Yeah, because you're still at so much advantage.
All right, but right now, Zeomol looking like he's taking it back a little bit, just about evening it up. He needs to somehow get out of this corner lest he suffer the same fate he did previously.
Wow, that wake-up worked!
And the correctly spaced
What? Where is he throwing the over?
I don't know, the bomb's gone. It's off the screen. It's doing its own thing.
Probably destroyed some poor animal.
Oh no, tries to meet and roll again. We've seen it before. We're seeing it again. One hit away, maybe on chip.
Oh, wait a second, getting in.
Oh no!
So devastating. I don't know if that was an input error, if he meant to do that. He thought he got the hit confirm, but Black Magic on block was not what he wanted.
That was literally the worst option he could have chosen. I think it may have been a mistake. At that point right there, he could have done 1-1-2 by itself. He could have done 1-1 into trade.
Yeah,
1-1-2
is
into trade.
plus, yeah.
1-1-3 into trade, like you just said, being plus 100,000 million.
Dude, it's unbelievably
Yeah,
plus.
no, it's crazy. But right there, 1-1 into Black Magic was almost the only thing that he could have done to give himself the guaranteed loss, basically.
Unsavory. That was... I wanted so bad to see if the comeback was going to happen, right? Because he actually got in with a really well-placed dive kick. The timing was good, right over a gunshot, and then he got a jump in, and then he dropped it.
I know. The layers of mix-up right there were insane. They were huge. He could have done something. He could have done like 1-1-3 trait into the overhead, back 2 into the meter burn low lightning.
Into 1-1 just low lightning.
Yeah,
he could have done 1-1 trait cancel grab. Like
anything but what he did. There was no mix-up to that. He could have blocked it any direction. And
maybe he had so many options that he just mixed himself up and he just dropped it.
Yeah. Well, regardless, it's a little bit unfortunate because, like you said, he was working on a great comeback. But that means young Chiquelo, with another 3-0, is going to move on to grand finals to play against
another Adam player, Rafooks. So he's already proven that he can take down a solid Adam. Can he do it again? Dude,
that was the weirdest combo too. So
2 down 2s?
2 down 2s after the weird backwards forward 3 that connected. It was actually like the most beautiful forward 3 I've ever seen in a combo, but yeah, it was just unfortunate. And here we go. We're about to see him dive kick right over the meter burn gun again.
Look at that. Well timed. Got the mix up and then...
You know what? He honestly, I think, had enough right there to get guaranteed chip. If he had done 1-1-3 trait, 1-1-3 EX Lightning, that was almost 100% guaranteed chip right there because the trait damage is always guaranteed, and Meter Burn Low Lightning does insane chip damage, so there was no escape.
You even saw Chiquelo there. After the 1-1, he was crouch blocking, and then he stood up to block the overhead. He could have just canceled that straight into Low Lightning, too. God, there's so many things he could have done, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the end of the road for him, but that's still going to give him a really solid 3rd place, and that's quite a few points.
That's a decent amount of points, honestly.
It is. I believe it's 25. Compared to the
first is 70, second I think is 35? 45,
I believe.
And so then third is 20 or 25 or 35.
Right, something around that area. But
that's good points.
That's still, a very good amount of points. Especially, you know, this is a tournament for Latin America, and they don't all get to travel up here quite as much.
Honestly, us here in the U.S., we are very spoiled, right? We have a lot of IPS events. I mean, obviously we had Combo Breaker, we have GameStop's Hometown Heroes, which it's not points-based, but is still a way to get into the finals. We just had CEO, EVO as part of the mix. Europe even has some good opportunities with Vianality, VS Fighting, Path to Pro. Latin America, I'm glad they're getting these opportunities because they can't travel as much, like you said, and they don't have a lot in their area yet, but that could change.
Right, and of course there is Liga Latina for them. I believe I was watching that last night, and Killer Zinok won. That was very cool.
Killer Zinok was a veteran of MKX, did very well. I think I met him for the first time at KIT 2015 or 2016. He got top 8. I think that was the first time I'd actually seen him play live, and he was very good with Johnny Cage.
Wasn't that NEC maybe? No, maybe it was KIT.
I think it was KIT.
Okay.
I
do remember the tournament.
It was
but
a while ago. Yeah.
There are always so many major tournaments, and there's so many in the IPS right now. But we're going to see who's going to take first place here for all of those delicious points. 70 delicious IPS points. It's going to be young Chiquelo against Rafooks, and Rafooks
sitting pretty in winners.
He is, and using Black Adam, who we've seen so much of today. But you know, young Chiquelo, he's just become so much more and more aggressive today. He's become this almost solely rush down dead shot.
I feel like he's really just kind of warmed up, you know?
Right. Well, when we did see him in MKX, he was more of a rush down player than a zoning player by a pretty large margin. So I'm not surprised to see him really go for that dead shot rush down. And honestly, dead shots rush down is good, but also very fun. I love the way that all of his normals work.
Fun for you, not for the person he's playing against.
That is true. Very safe. And that might be the kill. It's going to be close.
Not quite, but very close.
If he was any closer to that background bounce, it would have been a wow.
Also, wow, that was risky as all hell, because if it got blocked.
Dead.
Oh, man.
Wow, he just took the time in neutral to summon the blue trait. That was really risky.
Let me tell you how I feel about you.
You're not going to do anything. Hold this.
That was got caught raw by a very late jump dive kick. Still doing quite a good job of keeping it out, but I mean, this can all get evened out by just one dive kick opportunity or opening from Black Adam, and there he goes for it, but he gets stuffed by a straight shot. And now this is looking like a bad situation for Refukes.
And I love this entire playstyle switch from Young Chiquelo. Or this is the last chance to make it in.
Oh, wait a second.
This looks so similar to what we saw last game.
Is he going to throw the bomb off screen, though? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Was that a meter advantage?
Oh.
It was a meter advantage. Ooh.
Interesting. So,
Very anticlimactic.
yeah, Refukes had the meter advantage. He
could've
could
pushed
have
him,
gained
yeah.
back a little bit more life, but instead he wanted
I
to save
think-
that meter for maybe Reaper and Dive.
Well, didn't the clash come from Deadshot? So he actually could have done damage to Deadshot, but I think he kept a bar in case he was able to get like a dive kick so he could really make it count. But fortunately, he literally got shot in the face right after the clash.
One of the big things that people don't talk about too much is also for clashes, it's not just the life that gained or lost.
It's the position.
The positioning, the fact that you get knocked down if you lose the clash.
That's
So
true.
he could have maybe bet that bar and used that as some sort of knockdown advantage to try to get a little bit more oaky, get in a little bit further, but instead he gets shot. I never miss.
Okay, nice block. And I really like how he was prepared to do the down one check just in case forward 1-2, because that's generally a tool that Adam uses, especially after EX dive kick, which is plus you get a forward 1-2, or depending on the distance and where you space the dive kick, you get a back 2.
Wow, and I got to talk about that conversion he just made right there. He whiff punished with back 1-2, and it caught Black Adam out of the air, and he finished with a full juggle combo. That was extremely good
nice.
presence of mind. I've literally never seen that from anybody.
Blocks are pretty on point here for Refukes.
Ooh! Oh no! What a drop!
That
Still
was-
six it up.
I don't know if he meant to do that, but the distance he was at, instead of doing forward 1-2 and whiffing and getting caught on Deadshot's wake up, he just did forward 1 and then he left it and then he jumped. That was
Right.
really smart.
That is a pretty good strength to stagger, honestly. If they are blocking it and not punishing you for it, forward 1 by itself.
Forward 1 by
recovers
itself
pretty
is a
quick.
really good tool, yeah. We don't see a lot of use of that.
We've seen the second hit of the meter burn knee actually connect a lot.
And again, I love the way that he's checking the forward 1-2 string or just forward 1 raw. Speaking of raw, back 1 and raw overheads all day. What a backdash!
Both of these characters really push the other character across the screen very far during their pressure.
Yeah. Okay, that's the adjustment. Instead of going for forward 1-2, he went immediately for another dive kick, knowing that Young Chiquelo was going to try to check him.
It's very smart. Yeah, because to check him, you have to be crouching. And of course, meter burn dive kick, overhead. Oh, whoa!
Wait, what?
He summoned trait, and then he's like, "Oh, I summoned the wrong one. I want to instead
He
use
just
the other
did
one
it
in
too, like
neutral."
no fear. 2 bars for Refukes. He can get a decent amount of life back here. 25 if he wants it. Nope, just going for 1 bar, going to get the 15%.
But we do know that he likes to stick to at least 1 bar so that he can get the full conversion, maybe use meter burn dive
but
kick
that
or something.
low shot doing quite a bit of damage now. Getting close, nice block. Again, checking. No wake-up opportunity, and that's going to do it. 2-0 for Young Chiquelo.
Yeah, coming out of losers bracket, looking so good.
Man, who beat Young Chiquelo?
That's a great question. So Young Chiquelo, he was in losers to start our top 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the person who knocked him into losers didn't make top 8. So I don't actually know who it was.
Has been a good player.
Yeah, it must have been. Maybe I'll get a chance to check that up a little bit before this grand finals is over. But it looks like we might get a pretty long grand finals because we're either going to need to see the reset here, which is going to be 1 game.
Or a reverse 3-0.
Right, which is, of course, either way.
It's possible,
take
and
a
I'm
little bit.
excited. I don't care what happens either way. I wish a reset would happen just so we can see some adjustments from Refukes, but whatever works.
Yeah, and right now, this is the time he needs to take to learn. He
Learn from this.
Well, who says that? Who says that? Who says learn from this? Oh, Kung Lao.
MKX, Kung Lao, yeah.
Learn from this.
After you're like split in half or already dead, learn from
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I can't, bro. I'm dead. All right, nice. Seeing that stagger pressure as usual. Not many people are
Nice
checking
delay.
him for the stagger.
Really good use of delayed wake up though. So far all set by Refukes. Using, I like it, forward 2-3, really plus, and then the forward 1 check afterwards.
We're back to this. Oh, there we go. Nice. That's the first time I think we've seen almost the entire day somebody try to trade a Black Magic with a Deadshot bullet, which is weird that we've never even seen somebody try that.
Generally, it does get stuffed quite a bit.
All right, so it looks like Eric of 1, RD Eric of 1, was the one who knocked young Chiquelo into losers. Thank you very much to production for giving us that. And I don't know who that is, but, you know, young Chiquelo, maybe he was just a matchup he was uncomfortable with. And, so then that player ended up moving on and losing to Brosif in winners to lose top 8. So,
Yeah.
But now, of course, young Chiquelo getting farther than Brosif. Sometimes it just happens, you know? It's, a player will lose to a player, and then they'll be able to beat
It's like
another
they're a
player,
perfect weakness for that player, but then like their kryptonite will be like ahead in the bracket. Happens all the time.
So rock, paper, Black Adam.
Exactly. It's exactly how that game is played.
But in this game, they're just all Black Adam.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Wow, and there it is, young Chiquelo resetting the bracket.
And I guess he chose rock. He chose bullet.
What is it?
I guess bullet beats Black Adam is apparently.
Bullet, Adam, paper?
Sure, I don't know what paper is.
Think of like a wet blanket.
Aquaman?
No, I would say more Batman with his smothering pressure.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Deadshot.
You know, it's really hard to get a wet blanket. It's getting smothered. That's
okay. It's paper. It'd be paper blanket. That'd be really awkward. And if it was a wet paper blanket, it would
you
solve
don't
pretty
have
quick.
to take things so damn literal. Jeez. Whatever. I'm excited. We have a reset. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, so does the beginning.
Get me into this game.
And we're seeing a switch to Harley
Okay, so
Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
And that's already a good start. Pushing young Chiquelo into the corner. Nice usage of the skull. That's going to give him some space, and he's going to use it.
Okay. Oh, that was so sick!
That was just way too stylish.
That's some character-specific nonsense right there. You know, too, as soon as he pulled it off, he's like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm in there.
I wish he would have finished it, though. It looked like he dropped it, or was that the end of the combo?
That would have been the end had he dropped it, I think. There's the potential to combo after that, but only if it hit really weird. And he was already weighted pretty heavily, so...
Wow, and something you're not used to seeing, Harley, who's a fantastic zoning character, is actually being kept out right now by Deadshot, which is not too surprising. It's just like you normally don't see her not controlling the full screen pace. Or really any pace. I mean, honestly, this is just relentless onslaught by young Chiquelo. Finally getting a start here is Refukes, but again gets reset and then mixed.
One of the biggest issues here is that Refukes is always going for the command grab ender. Now, the command grab ender is a very good ender and it restands, but it doesn't
that
give...
pressure was nuts.
That's the young Chiquelo pressure that we're starting to get used to seeing. But yeah, the command grab doesn't give any sort of advantage. So Refukes gets the hit, he ends the combo, and then young Chiquelo's like, thanks, and he just walks back and he starts zoning
it's
again.
true, and I've seen a lot of Harley players now end it in that silly kicks knockdown where she stands on one hand and kicks.
3-3.
Yeah, I think it's 3-3. You would obviously know better than I would, but that's what I've seen like Bio and other Harley players use to kind of end the knockdown because, like you said, the command grab just leaves you neutral. Like, it doesn't do anything for you, really. And it even leaves you at a distance where you're not really at advantage either.
Right, which it does work a lot of the time if you are trying to start some zoning, but when you're being zoned by Deadshot, that is maybe not the best bet. But still, there is a chance for Refukes to make this back. Oh, nice juggle. Confirms off of the anti-air straight shot, then gets the free chip. Oh, this looks like it's pretty much going to be over. Not a lot of air mobility from Harley Quinn. Almost had to take that chip to get in. Almost guaranteed. So, young Chiquelo for the first time up in the set, up 1-0 post-reset.
1-0? That's technically 4-0.
It is, but in the new set, since it's a new
right,
set.
right. No, but I'm saying, but that's 4 straight games.
4 straight games.
That young Chiquelo has taken now over Refukes.
And we might see.
That's how you say it, right? Refukes. That's how you want. Refukes. Sorry.
It's close.
Refuse. He's French.
You refuse to say it that way. All right, so we're seeing a switch back to Harley. That means he's completely given up on the Black Adam matchup. This is one of the first times in tournament that I think we've ever seen somebody give up on
Adam,
Black Adam.
yeah.
Oh, and there we go. We saw it again. That cool conversion from back 1-2 as an anti-air. Young Chicuelo, I have to say, has some of the best presence of mind. He's definitely a specialist of his character. Now, we did see him choose Robin the very first game of the tournament, right?
Yeah, he did.
But it seems like he has just been playing
Maybe
so much
he just
Deadshot.
wanted to showcase something cool with Robin,
Yeah.
which happens. A lot of players, especially if they're really confident in their next match, they'll I'm not saying like throw a game away, but they'll play a character that obviously they're maybe a little less comfortable with.
Right, but
Or who knows, maybe he was just really comfortable and he's trying to switch to Robin. Honestly, I don't know the decision.
yeah, I don't
But
either.
it's
Didn't
very,
work out for him too
it's
well.
very clear that Deadshot is his answer for everybody.
Yeah, but right now, Rafuk's not looking so bad with Harley. She's got that big, like, elephant gun ender on her her pistols.
Is that a joke because there's elephants in the back?
No, but actually, that is pretty funny. But that's totally what it looks like. The little big, like, horn ender. I don't know actually what it's called.
Horn ender.
Dude, look at the end of her pistols, okay? Please just look at them and tell me what they look like to you.
I can't. She's using them too much.
Okay. Well, they look like that. And right now, we're just seeing that usual Chicuelo pressure. Actually, they're jumping over each other a lot. A lot of down ones connecting. And this is a really good position if we want to see Rafuk's get
Again,
something.
ending. But that is like the third time that's happened.
Yeah, that range
Rafuk's-
is just better for Deadshot.
Yeah, he's used it, and then immediately afterwards, we've seen young Chicuelo just use knee, and it's worked every time.
Oh, that's
Wait
a bad
a
clash.
second.
That is so much damage lost. Huge meter lead for Rafuk.
Speaking of working every time, this is going to be devastating for young Chicuelo. Oh my God!
Oh,
if he
he
can
wasn't
make,
able to throw it out.
Oh. so very close.
All right, so Rafuk's winning the first game in out of the 5 that they
played so far. Yeah,
So that's a good sign.
but even still, he had to work for it.
Oh, he really did.
Definitely had to work for it. In fact, he almost lost it at the very end.
Yeah, that was really close down to it. He really thought he could bring out that hyena. Didn't come out. It's very hard to stuff that
Shut
before
up.
the hyena comes
Shut
out. Yeah. Shut up.
Someone
But
clip
it still was really good play, and definitely better than, obviously because he won, but better than the first game. So it looks like he's starting to get more in the groove with Harvey.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to adapt and make decisions that are going to help him out. Still, ending combos in neutral with the command grab, I just feel like it's hurting him more than it's helping him.
Agreed. The other thing I would really like to see is we saw it at the end as he was trying to close it out, but we have not seen any hyenas being thrown.
That's true. Even if she gets hit, as long as the treat goes out, the hyena comes. The hyena comes.
Yeah, and then, of course, that gives her so much chips, so much meter build, so much potential pressure.
Most importantly, though, it helps her get in.
Wow, and we actually saw that wasn't a meter roll. That was the silly sense roll?
Is he going to knee? No, he tries to jump. Nice, finally gets an air tear to contest, but still. Slowly, Harley is pushing Deadshot during the corner, but just a raw forward 3.
Yeah, you know one thing I just noticed?
Huh.
So he's like all like white, almost entirely white, but look at his gold shoes. They are so gold.
Oh, he also
He's
has
got
a
some,
gold.
like, super fly like kicks.
Yeah, he has a gold chest as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. But it just specifically looks like he's wearing some like gold sneakers or something like that. Like just completely unrelated to
The
his
gold
costume.
kicks, though.
Yeah, dude.
I actually really like that. That's some Hannibal Chow action right there.
Oh, both these players just missing their zoning on each other. Nice. That should be a good amount of damage. Goes for the knee for damage instead of the hard knockdown. She pretended to shoot him with a bat, which is very ironic because that's literally all he does all day against him.
So this is still not bad at all at a very early clash.
Well, it was a really good whiff punish, so he would have taken a lot of damage. Now, we've talked a lot about how much damage, potentially, a lot of the top tiers get meterless, and that's something that separates them from a lot of the lower tiers. Harley is actually the exception to that. Now, we say, Black Adam gets like 400 meterless, Batman gets almost 400 meterless. Harley also gets 400 meterless because she can combo off of Tantrum Stance. Which then, of course, lets you use it
that's
for
going
other
to
stuff.
juggle. Oh, and he's just getting hit by stray everything now. So close to building a bar. There it is.
Oh, that's a good
Bars.
start. And Clash is gone, but he really needs to not go for the command grab ender. All right.
Oh,
he did
there
it.
we go. Oh, man.
that would have been great if he didn't have like 10 life left. That was a very good ender for Oki.
Yeah, we want to see him do that when he actually has
Right.
life to spare potentially.
Right, because honestly, the command grab, it does an okay amount of damage, but it's already scaled pretty heavily. So unless you're using the meter burn version, you're not getting that much damage out of it. Now, when you end with the throwing out the hyena, you get all that guaranteed chip. You get mix-ups, you get space, you get pressure. Everything is just back under
absolutely.
control.
Not only that, but the starting of Tantrum Stance, getting in there is a low, so you can mix it up with a low overhead, which is a really good mix-up regardless of where you are on the screen, whether you're in the corner, mid-screen. It's just good options, but we are seeing the switch back to Black Adam.
And that means that Rafooks is going to lock himself into Black Adam for the rest of this tournament. He's not going to have another game to switch. He's got to win 2 straight, and if Young Chiquillo wins this, he's going to come all the way from losers top 8 to be the winner. So we'll see what happens. That's so mean, man. He stabs you in the gut, twists it, and then shoots you. Unnecessary. Why does he even have a knife?
It's just
he's got like 30 guns.
Just in case he wants to be a little personal, right? Because guns are not as personal as being up close and stabbing someone.
But that's his thing.
I know.
Can you imagine, like, oh yeah, I went up against the greatest marksman of all time. He brought like 30 guns with him. How did it kill you? Oh, he stabbed me.
Are you having this conversation in heaven?
yeah, like pretty much. Well, you know, people come back all the time in the DC
That's
universe.
also true.
Not Shazam, though, apparently, in this universe, unfortunately.
Well, I know, you're really bummed about that.
Yeah, more than a little bit. But right now, we got to see if if Rafooks can be the one to come back from the dead.
You should thank Superman for killing a child.
Now I play him.
Right?
This is
how the
good
mighty
lead.
have fallen.
All right, that's actually going to be plus on block. Oh,
Yeah. Both. What's interesting about that string is 4-2 is plus on block, as is 4-2-3. So, like, no matter what he chooses there, he's going to be plus.
And this is a really good lead for Rafooks. He's got that one little bit of life. All right, he's going to take just a little bit of damage, but any damage is damage. And now it's 1 life bar left. If Young Chiquillo wants to make this comeback, I feel like he's going to have to, there we go in, play his crazy mix-up game that we're so used to seeing. And look, he took him all the way to the corner.
Bar, okay. Oh, and this is going to be where danger starts to set in for Rafooks. No wake up.
Oh, no punish,
no
though.
Punish. Technically, he can wake up, but no real wake up. So if he can just get back in, this could be really good for him.
Yeah, the big issue here is that there's still Clash left for Rafooks.
What is this
so much
double
meter.
trading?
Dude, I don't know. He's messing up.
Oh,
Gets
what
it
a
out of the
shot.
air. Nice block. Oh, he tried to dive kick there. So many dive kicks.
Oh, my God. And that's going to do it. Wow, there was like 6 dive kicks at the end of that game.
He joked. So he dive kicked, and then he tried to dive kick again. He missed it. And he's like, oh, no, I'm going to keep doing it.
And then he dive kicked, and then he got blocked. And then he dive kicked again, and then he got blocked. Then he dive kicked. Finally, it worked, and then he got another dive kick.
It's
insane.
Oh, but that's very much Black Adam. So that means it's going to be 2-2. This is going to be the final game of the set. One of these 2 players will be your Latin American North champion. Not South. There's still going to be 1 more of these, and there's still going to be 1 more for North America.
Yep.
But for right now, we're in Latin American
And
North.
they're taking 70 points home, which is very important.
Right, as opposed to 45, which is still a good amount, but
70 is huge, especially for an online event.
Not to mention the pride. I mean, both of these players have fought so hard to get to this point today. Young Chiquillo making it all the way from losers for Fuchs, getting reset, finally making a comeback. But right now, he just needs to get in. There it is. He got in. And that should even it up. That should give him the corner positioning. This is going to look really good. 430. He tried to bait the knee.
Oh, gets caught by the meter burn. Second into that knee. Oh, very nice timing. That was well played.
It was, and 2 strong hits is going to give the lead to Rafooks, but Young Chiquillo managing to make it out of the corner.
Look at, wow, that was for a long time really good blocks coming out of Rafooks. I feel like he's almost solved the enigma of the mix-ups coming out of Chiquillo.
Well, now that's going to put on the final life bar. Now, Rafooks on match point, potentially. And how much damage can he do to Young Chiquillo before he loses this? Young Chiquillo doesn't punish.
Still within chip range, and there it is, and he's going to do it. Final life bars for the night. Who is going to take it home? Using blue trait now. Nice
Oh.
block again.
Oh, again! He's got to be ready for it. Multiple dive kicks in a row
Yeah.
is definitely a signature of Rafux.
But that's also in response to Young Chiquelo's answer of checking him with down one so many times. So it's like a mind game within a mind game.
You're right. Or even checking with sweep. He's been doing it a lot. Regardless, been a crouching normal every single time. Wow, juggles him all the way across the screen.
I mean, even back two would be a good option at that point. But either way, the dive kick is working out, and now it's up to Young Chiquelo to see if he can adapt in time before this round is out, and he's lost.
Oh, and now we're seeing a total style switch from Rafux. He's realizing that he can actually challenge in the zoning game. Nope, never mind. He's going in.
There it is. So that's the adaptation, going for knee immediately after.
All right. Oh, wow. That is...
Gave him the clash opportunity. He could spend a bar here and stop any healing, and he could keep the bleeding going.
The big issue here is that I think Rafux needed that more than Young Chiquelo did, and now
Yeah.
Young Chiquelo's one
And
step
that's
away.
it! Young Chiquelo comes all the way back from losers to challenge Rafux, put him in losers, reset the bracket, and take the entire tournament for the night.
Yeah, and we almost saw the entire thing come back for Rafux. He chose some different characters. He recharged. He chose Black Adam again.
Yeah.
It was all down to the wire. But Young Chiquelo, he made it happen.
That was good, man. That was really good gameplay. Honestly, most impressed for me, the player tonight was Chiquelo. His mix-up potential and his scrambling was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and of course, I think we can't ignore his comeback potential. His clutch
One
was
of the
just
best
off
clutch
the
players I've
charts
seen
today.
so far. Honestly, so far, he's kind of ridiculous at coming back. He keeps his composure. He makes really smart decisions at the end where you would think that most players would crumble, and I got to give it to him.
Yeah, he almost won more matches in comeback today than he did
Yeah,
actually just winning
actually just
them.
dominating. Yeah,
But
you're right.
a lot of it came down to just his presence of mind as a player, knowing how to convert off of every little weird scramble hit, just everything in general. So that means that he's going to take home the 70 points for the Injustice Pro Series. That's going to put him up there pretty high up. I think he should be somewhere within the top 16 easily, probably a little bit higher up than that. Hopefully he gets a chance to make it out to some of the other events. Now,
Yeah,
I know that
that'd be great to see him.
in Latin America, there is First Attack in
Yep.
Puerto Rico. That will be a premier event for
event,
the
yep.
Injustice 2 Pro Series. Hopefully we get a chance to see him at that. Hopefully he can come out to some other things. I would love to see a lot of these players at EVO. I've always been a huge fan of the Latin American scene, and of course,
There's so many good players that even live here in the States now from Latin America that are top players. They tend to breed really good players.
yeah, it's a very strong, dedicated scene down there. I mean, obviously it's a wide area. There are a lot of different
Sure.
scenes, but overall, I'm glad we get to showcase them. But of course, this was the online tournament, and you guys can sign up for this too if you still live in either North American East
Or
in
Latin America South.
or there's still the European ones. I'm not sure if any of those have been completed. I believe they're still up and coming. So
Okay.
you guys can check that out at smash.gg. You can go to the front page, click on the Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournaments, and just sign up there. It's a really easy process. A lot of it's handled by behind the scenes by Level Up. We got them running our stream today, so
That's
big shout-outs to
huge
them.
shout-outs to them as well, and obviously huge shout-outs to PS4 as well as Warner Brothers and NetherRealm. It's really fun to be able to have this opportunity, so thank you so much, guys. Chef, take us home.
All right, well, that's going to be it for today. The next one from us will be in about a month. When it's going to be
after EVO.
Right, it will be after EVO, so that will be the next IPS event. Will be EVO, so check that out. I believe July 14th.
Cannot wait. 14th through the 16th. You guys are not going to want to miss EVO. Don't freaking miss it. It's going to be great.
It will be. So thank you for watching us today, and we will see you all next time.